Ended Saturday afternoon where I'm at, chat. Let me tell you that, me Pookie Bears. Ooh! You know who's excited to be back on the $10,000 BRL July finals? This guy. Who's excited to cast? This guy. Yeah. Who's excited to host? Oh, this guy. Who's excited to watch? This guy. Ooh, little last second join from Holy Father. Supposedly he's going to join in game number 2 or 3, somewhere around that. So I know some of you are maybe missing him, but he's going to make an appearance. W Holy Father. Either way, we've got an absolutely splendid day of Call of Duty Mobile planned ahead of us. Now, before we got into this tournament, before we started the qualifiers, 4 Kings were on an absolutely generational run. They won the back-to-back tournaments back-to-back. Yeah. I don't know how they did that. It almost felt like it was scripted, and I can assure you, there's absolutely no way that Slayer would let any scripting take place. That guy's too goddamn competitive, and he wants to be the best. So understand that that was a god-level performance, because they were doing so bad at the start of the second tournament, and I was reading comments off the screen, and they were saying, 4 Kings won yesterday. They'll never win today. They won last event. They're never going to win back-to-back. I literally read that out loud in front of the entire stream. And then they won again. But today's different, you see. Because in all of those previous tournaments, whether it's squads, duos, solos, whether shotguns are banned, or the AK-117 Mythic's banned, or if anything's banned, 4 Kings main, along with the other Filipino teams, have always relied on one particular item. And now, it's been banned. For this BRL only, the snowboard is officially out of competition. Which means even if it bugs, even if somehow they see it on the map, they're not allowed to pick it up. They're not allowed to use it. There's no snowboard utility allowed. That means that getting back your teammates' tags are going to be harder. Rotating into the zone is going to be more difficult. And don't even get me started about the end game. Because the end game is going to be played completely differently. Now, being an ex-professional being an ex-professional battle royale player myself, I expect to see teams go in with multiple cars into the end game, place them, and blow them up. If that doesn't happen, my God, if that doesn't happen, the disappointment will be immeasurable, and my day will be ruined. Because teams are going to need to build their own cover, since they can't rely on the snowboard to rotate around to different cover points. You see, the thing about the snowboard is, it makes for amazing clips. Don't get me wrong. And we've seen amazing clippers in the past. Whether they were TikTokers, YouTube short form creators, Instagram reelers, YouTubers, whatever. Like, great for clips. But when it comes to strategy, I feel like the snowboard kind of throws everything out the window. And I want to see what teams can do when their crutch is taken away from them. When the thing that helps them win, regardless of region, has been removed. I would argue that the snowboard being removed is the most significant ban we've ever had. Like, the shotguns, you know, it was alright. Like, no shotguns, whatever. People aren't going to get one pumped. Or, oh, no AK-117 Mythic. People aren't going to get beamed. Oh, whatever. You can still use other guns. But there's nothing quite like a snowboard in COD Mobile. It's irreplaceable. You can't do anything about it. But the biggest thing that I like about the snowboard not being inside of this particular tournament is that no matter what ping any of the players are on, they can't make the excuse of, oh, I couldn't shoot him, he was on a snowboard. Because there isn't any. Let's get into the rules, broskies. Obviously, the snowboard's banned. Teaming up, you can't do that anyway. We've said that for ages. And the medic and jackal are taken out. Now, usually, I like the jackal to be in the tournaments, but because the snowboard is gone, I felt like the jackal would be too powerful. So we just took it out. We don't want to do the jackal with no snowboard. It's hard enough for people to get away from the jackal when the snowboard's in the game. So if the snowboard's not going to be there, we took the jackal out as well. There's 7 games, of course. All these games today will be played on Isolated. Sometimes we like to switch things up. We like to do Blackout or Isolated. But today, it's just Isolated. It's the fan favorite map. The reason why we like to throw Blackout in there is just because it's something a little bit different. And it also shows which teams are better at both big maps instead of the singular map. 25 teams, of course. 100 players, all regions invited. You know me, chat. I've said it so many times. We love every region. We love every ethnicity. We don't discriminate against anyone. And we want everyone to play at the highest level of Call of Duty Mobile Battle Royale. Moving on, you can see the point system is the usual. I've said this before and I'll say it again. Possibly towards the start of next season, we might change it up a little bit. But this will be the remaining point system until we reach December for our grand finals. Obviously, prize pool is the same as usual. Going on over to the MVP list, there's top 3 MVPs on the board over on the YouTube long form stream. You're more than welcome to go and watch the YouTube long form stream, by the way. It's probably the best way to watch these tournaments. At number 1, we've got Gaming. He's from the 4K main roster. I'm not surprised to see him up here, to be honest. What I am surprised is that number 1 and number 2 are on the same points. We are, what, 7 months, almost 8 months into the season, and there's a tiebreaker for who's the most valuable player? I mean, the MVP race is about to get interesting as we move into autumn/fall and go into winter. And I'm not talking about 4K winter, I'm talking about the season of winter. Because those last couple of events and this event are really going to be the decider of who is the best Battle Royale player for the year of 2026. I mean, statistically and analytically, whoever places with the top points in the MVP is the best player for that season. I mean, I'm not picking the MVP. We set up the stat sheet at the start of the year. Everyone agreed on it. They said it was a great idea. And right now, freshly turning 18, Guh is number 1. Layla is tied for number 1. And Super Jeff, I mean, come on. Super Jeff is number 3. Also, I don't know if the beauty standards are different in the Philippines. And obviously, I have a fiance, guys. Like, I have a fiance. But when I go into Super Jeff's stream, I feel like he could have lived another life. And remember, when I say this, I have a fiance. I am a straight white male. But he looks, like, really good. He looks really good. Like, he's an attractive guy. I don't know if I shouldn't say this, but I just feel like that. I don't know if it's his lighting, if it's the skin, but there's something about Super Jeff, man. When I see him streaming, I'm like, you know what? Like, he's a good-looking bloke. He's a good-looking guy. Just thought I had to share that. Either way, chat, we're getting everyone wrapped in here. Ooh, 100 out of 100 already in the room. Of course, somebody must have leaked the password or something, but we'll get it all situated just shortly, chat. But that's just what I think. And then I seen a video of, like, I think it was Tom Pips, and he was dancing, and I was like, you know what? Bro might be part of the next BTS, for all I know. I never really delved into the behind the scenes of a lot of the streamers, but my God, bro can shake his hips, chat. Is he single? That's got me curious. I know back in the past there was a little canoodling going on between him and another professional Filipino girl BR player, but I don't know. Maybe he's single. Girls, you guys can let me know. I'm sure you follow them. I'm sure you already know this information. All right, going through the team list, chat. I've been updated that somebody leaked the code, so we just changed the password for it right there, ladies and gentlemen. Don't worry, we'll get right into it. Up today, the regional breakdown is as follows. There are 7 teams from Asia, 7 teams from North America and Latin America, one team from Europe, one team. Am I reading that correctly? There's only one team from Europe? Super Jeff is watching you. Oh man, don't make me blush, bro. Don't make my face go red, Pookie. Sheesh. We also got a team from Africa. We've got 2 Middle Eastern teams. And then we have 7 mixed international teams. That includes players from the Philippines, Europeans, Middle Easterns, and Africans all coming together to play on the same roster. So previously, in early 2026, 2025, and 2024, teams have usually stuck within their region, right? You would get either 4 Filipinos, 4 Europeans, 4 Middle Easterns, 4 Latams, 4 North Americans. But nowadays, because the ping is global, players are now teaming up with others that are from different regions. Matter of fact, there was a team in our qualifiers that each individual player was from a different region. There's also teams like that today inside of the finals where there are multiple different rosters with 2 or 3 different regions on the same roster. It's unbelievable. It's never really happened before, but in the last couple of months, it's happening everywhere. And I would see it as, I guess it's a trend towards the future. The biggest trend would be the Europeans, Middle Easterns, and Africans. Those guys are making teams all over the place. The Filipinos usually like to stay with themselves. And then the North and South Americans are teaming up again alongside each other. Oh, I'm still seeing that Super Jeff's in the stream, man. Oh, God, you guys got to stop making me blush with this. Some notable teams as we get ready to start the first game. As soon as the admin team is ready to go, we'll get into it. Team number 1. That's, of course, 4 Kings. That features G, Tom Pips, Narosa, and Super Jeff. These players are actually all in the top 10 for MVPs. Number 1 is G, number 3 is Super Jeff, number 4 in MVP is Tom Peeps, and number 7 is Narosa. So all 4 of the starting players from the 4 Kings roster, which is team number 1, are in the top 10 for the MVP award. Obviously widely regarded as the best Filipino team, not only right now, but of all time. Going down into team number 2, I believe this is our only all-European team. It features 3 of the top 10 tournament MVPs, being Slayer, Fund, and Necro. But don't let that distract you from the fact that I believe Lotex is on that roster too, and last I checked, he was 11th. So Team 1 and Team 2 have 8 out of the top 11 MVPs, statistically. Just below that, we've got Team 4K Overload. That's team number 3. That is Remy, Tokyo. Oh, Tokyo is back. Eduardo. Why is his name Eduardo? Why did he... Bro, what is going on here, Eduardo? And I'mZone's back. We haven't seen I'mZone for a little bit. I feel like it's been 2 tournaments since the last time I seen I'mZone, so it's great to see him back in. Team number 4 is Leap Boys, Wagner, JM, Baxar, and Venge. Team 5 is 4K Joker, Fright, Instinct, Ranzu, and Akaza. Team 6 is 4 Litras. That is Flex, Loading, a Bull, Boz, and Can. So that's a hybrid, a really notable team here, because a Bull, Boz, and Can, in my opinion, are the best players from the Middle East, the top 2 players from the Middle East, and they're teaming up with people from Europe. So interested to see what happens there. Interested to see what happens there as we go down the list. Let's hop on board with 4K while I keep calling out people, see if they're going to land at the usual spot. Remember, no snowboards! They can't use a snowboard here. Somebody has already died off the bat, which is absolutely diabolical. Looks like nobody has went for 4 Kings. off the bat, there's going to be nobody on them, which is crazy. I thought, you know, maybe they would have landed something somewhere else, considering that they don't have a snowboard to use. But in off the bat here, Ramy's able to take down Sleuth. Are you telling me that there's no way 4K Joker is actually wiping teams off the drop? They only have 3 players alive right now, but hey, yo. Who landed beside them? That is an actual really good team. If we go down right there, you'll be able to see that it's Sleuth's roster. Magma's still alive. I believe he's the last remaining player on the team. We'll load these guys up really quick. I'm nearly certain that this roster came through the qualifiers earlier this week. They definitely did. 4K Joker gonna take down a qualifying team at the start of game number 1? The momentum is starting off in Filipinos' favor. I mean, we've seen it many times in the past. I did not expect to see it today, as there's not that many Filipino teams in this finals compared to previous finals. I believe only 1 or 2 Filipino teams actually qualified. Oh my god, Wagner with a nade across the map. What's he up to? A little bit of a bug there on the spectator client, but don't worry about that, as Backstar's gonna rush up right here, get the confirmation onto the kill. That's a Latam team right there. Not too sure if they have any of their players left. It looks like they do. This is going to be Magic's team. Oh no, team number 8 didn't even get to call them out on the team list. Team number 8 are known as GOATs. That features Magic, Roskid, Chamo, and Panchito. One of the most recognized Latin American teams. I mean, everyone, if you're from Latin America, knows this roster. I would argue they're the fan favorite team from this region, and I can't believe this. There's barely any Filipino teams inside of this finals, and they're coming out the gates destroying every other region. I did not expect this whatsoever. When I was talking to the admin team before we hopped in today, I was like, this might be the fall of the most dominant region of 2026, but it doesn't seem like that's going to be the way of it. As it looks like 4 Kings, like I said before, they're landing in their usual spot. They don't get a snowboard out of that. Remember, snowboards are banned, being the biggest ban we've ever had. A lot of people didn't want it to happen, but we like to change things up. We like to make things different inside of the Battle Royale tournaments every month, and obviously snowboard being banned would make things extremely different. As we're still in the early game now, I expect more teams to just stay looting and not take any fights. Since you open up the map, you can see they're all spread out nicely here, except for 4 Kings Joker. Magma, still the last guy alive in his team. 4 Kings Joker are camping the tags. They are camping the tags, and Magma can't get his team back into the finals. Oh my god, I cannot believe this tomfoolery. There's no way, Rutsky. Oh my god, he's not going to be able to get his teammates back. Oh, he lost his whole team off the drop. That is unbelievable. Ladies and gentlemen, that is absolutely unbelievable. I feel bad. But, you know, that's just how the story goes. That's how the cookie crumbles here, ladies and gentlemen. Hopping on over to the Middle Eastern team headed by Rebar. He's actually able to get his teammate back. Good for him. Always love to see him inside of these tournaments. He was born in the Middle East, born in Persia, but now I believe he lives in Slovenia, which actually looks like a really cool country. I've never been there, even though I am European. But don't let that distract you from the fact that I just seen... Ain't no way I just seen that. Ken blew himself up? I think... Ooh, we've seen this in the qualifiers, ladies and gentlemen. But basically, what teams have started to do now in the finals and the qualifiers is they'll land in with Scout. Once they've scouted the entire area, and by Scout I mean the class ability, and they can see that nobody landed with them, they just blow themselves up, come back in the revive flight, and pick a different class. So it allows them to actually get some info off the drop. I'm actually interested as to why Ken would be the one to do that on the team. Maybe we'll have to ask him in his chat why he is the guy that's blowing himself up. I surely thought it would be somebody else on the roster. Let's hop on over to Tokyo and Rami. I can't believe what I'm witnessing right here. I really thought for sure, since there was not very many Filipino teams in this final, that they would be really bad. I thought for sure they were going to do bad today, but here we are. 3 kills apiece from team number 3. Team number 4, Leap, also have 3 eliminations. And then, like, 4K Joker coming out of the gate banging all the other rosters. If anything, It's disappointing from Four Kings Man. They don't have any kills. All the other teams from this region are popping off. But without any more glaze onto the Filipino boys, let's go and check out what's going down with my African brothers here. As it looks like Chapo's decided to team up with a fellow African, and Rezox being a Frenchman. I would argue Rezox is the best Frenchman. You may have seen in the edits that he likes to post on his TikTok that he clipped me saying that, and I stand by it. Rezox is definitely on the tippity top when it comes to overall players from that. Actually, just the country itself. You can see them over by Frigid Wetland. It looks like if they go into the zone past Sanitarium, they'll barely miss Four Kings Main. Magma on the other side, coming into the zone. You can see him trailing. He's going to try and stay outside of the zone for the remainder of the game so that he can get some sort of placement points added up. Possibly he's going to look for a medic plate carrier, but if he's going over to Frigid Wetland, it looks like team number 18 may fall out of this competition with only one kill very early on, as I don't think Magma wants to go down there at all. Head on over to M7. I know this is a big clan from the Middle East, but this player is actually based out of both Middle East and Europe. One of the players go down instantly here. Now Claude in a situation where he needs to do a retaliatory kill. Not going to be able to do that. Nagdi rotating out of the situation entirely. Nagdi, the last remaining player, I believe he's from Egypt. So shout out to the African community right now. We have a lot of really good North African players, whether that's from Algeria or Egypt, even a couple of Tunisians that love to play in the tournament qualifiers. But Nagdi being one of the best players, not only in his region of Africa, but out of the entire world. Apologies, just checking something. Let's see what Magnum was able to do there. Yeah, he's just going to rotate around for the entire game, I think. And as you can see, the majority of the qualification teams are falling very early. They're doing really, really bad. Even GNR is suffering some casualties here, but it looks like they're actually going against one of the biggest teams in the world. And one of the best players from the Middle East is right in front of Lucky here. He's going to try and hunt him down. I don't know if Ken has what it takes here to stay alive. He's going to get knocked instantly. See you later. Loading rotating out of that situation instantly. He doesn't want to take the fight. Let's see how many people are left in the team. It's only Loading. Remember, no snowboard. These players can't rotate away. Once they engage in a fight, they have to take it. And Loading just trying to stay alive here for a little bit longer. Is he going to get out of this situation, though? Let me load up that real quick, because I just seen this guy move really fast, but it was because he had rewind. Loading falls. Did he get a teammate back in time? No, he didn't. Oh, dear. The biggest and best Middle Eastern team are out early. Without a snowboard to use to get out of a situation, they are donezo. Time Zone now fighting another Filipino team here. Spots them on top of the cliff face. HDR in hand. One of the best snipers inside of COD Mobile's Battle Royale mode. I will say I would prefer to use the DLQ with the Omega Maywalt mag, but to each their own. Now hopping on, we haven't seen this team so far inside of game number 1. This is going to be Zenith Eternity. All of them are flying around the map for some reason. We're used to seeing that now. Let's load up the map and see where they're situated. Interesting. They're going to go for the southbound area of this map, probably trying to catch people off rotation using that high ground here, but I don't think anyone's going to come that way if I had to give a guess on it. Shots going down over onto Magic's roster. They were able to get back their full team, so they're still in the game. Good job for Latin America here. Now I want to check out these Africans. Come on. It's about damn time we've seen some African pride make it into the finals and do some crazy work. So far, not too much has happened for these players. Rezox seems to be having a struggling time. Oh, he's going for the medic plate carrier. So he's staying outside the zone, and they're going to opt for a 3-1 strategy. Back when I used to play professional Battle Royale, this would have been me. So the place where you say Rezox playing, I would have stayed outside of the zone, rotated in late game, and on the title that I was really good at, I used to use the SVD with an 8x and shoot from outside of zone into the last players, then rotate in very late and try and win the game that way. Whereas the med strat on Call of Duty Mobile, it's centered around the 4th and remaining player using the medic plate carrier, just staying outside the zone for as long as possible. They don't want to come in late. They just want to stay out and play for placement for as long as they actually can. So it's kind of different, but also a similar strat. Going now on over to these guys. 8 eliminations for 4K Joker at the start of this game. We're getting into the mid-game now. Yes, we are. And we're going to hop back on over to a different roster here that is qualified. ENL, based out of, I believe, Spain and Latin America. They did good in the qualifiers, making their way straight through to the finals, but unfortunately, we've never seen them perform actually in the finals. They've never had a really good finals performance, and so far they have 2 kills. Interesting note would be that a lot more teams are getting wiped. You can see only 19 teams remain. At this point, there's usually 20, 21 teams still alive right here because they can get their revive through with the snowboard, but that's not able to happen now. Since our favorite Middle Eastern team has dropped, it's only right that we watch the other best player from Persia stay alive outside of the zone here. It looks like they're all dying in the zone, which is surprising to me. What are they doing where they're so far out of it? These guys usually land down towards Ecology Lab, and now they're making their way into the zone. They might end up fighting players like Slayer in the future. They're still holding this high ground, and it looks like they are going to fight what I can only assume is 4K Overload below them. Leap is also right beside one of the players. Oh no, this is not going to be a good fight for Leap JM here. He rewinds back, gets the information that there's a team on top of this hill, and they should be rotating into the next zone, which is going to be good for them. Also, early rotation comes in here from 4King's main. 4King's main getting that early rotation can only mean one thing, and that's that they could get a bunch of kills catching people off of their rotation. Remember, once the cars exploded from the team, they have no snowboard to get out of the situation because it is banned, which is why it's so important for teams to get as many different vehicles as possible. Not only do they need to get the vehicles, they need to confirm the kills, and it looks like Slayer's having a hard time confirming the knock that he got onto Andre here on the building. There's only one player over down in that house. Andre's able to self-revive himself, and Slayer's questioning, why did he not get the kill or push him as soon as he got that knock? Rotating around over onto that left-hand side. It's been good to see other fully automatic weapons being used inside of the finals of the $10,000 tournaments, because before it was only the AK-117 that any of these players used. Gonna shoot the vehicle right there. It should take a bunch of damage if they're able to all shoot it at the same time. It's almost exploded. Unfortunately, they do not confirm the kill, and it's gonna go in the way of Low-Tech's last second snipe on the knocked player, Andrew. Gets Low-Tech's the kill. Now they've got their first elimination. They've played slow so far, but they also know that that 4K roster is just down below them, featuring a player known as ImZone, who was recently picked up by 4Kings in the last few months through the qualification process. You may have seen it be streamed on TikTok. I would argue it was one of the biggest things in Call of Duty Mobile's Battle Royale scene throughout the spring. All 4 of these players still alive. They have 4 eliminations and a ton of loot, but this is a close range fight, and they only have 1 vehicle. I actually think it's highly likely here that Zenith Eternity blows up this car.
Airdrop has been delivered.
I hate to tell you that I told you so, but literally split seconds before I said that, and the entire team got wiped. Some of us just have Battle Royale IQ. What can I say? What can I say, ladies and gentlemen? Low-Tech's team now moving into the zone here. Zenith Eternity now up to 5 eliminations going into this endgame. We're 15 minutes into the match. An unfortunate way for 4Kings Overload to go, and that's going to be a massive clip after this tournament ends for sure. I just seen Marab get a snipe across the map here, so we're gonna have to find out where he is on the map, as he actually lost Holy Father before the tournament even started due to Wi-Fi and electrical issues, but he will be back sometime later in the competition. For now, he's got Winter in as a substitute. They've got 0 eliminations, even though they got a couple of knocks. Surely Marab gets his first kill here. There we go. Marab unfortunately dying from across the map, and that's going to be ENL Goncito. If you watched the qualifier for today's finals, you will know Goncito. Man, is he good at the game, particularly with that sniper rifle. HDR in hand, not a custom, just using the default HDR. No attachments on that bad boy. Still able to land a shot over onto Marab. We love Marab, of course, but he is gone. Tempest is also back today, ladies and gentlemen, as the bug that was currently hurting all of the players has now been patched. Little defender placement right there, and it looks like Flix is going to play for the med strat using the medic plate carrier to keep himself alive. He did get his teammate back into the action, but I'm not too sure if they'll be able to do anything. Now hopping on board to a cross-regional team. This team's mixed between Africa, Middle East, and Europe, all in the same roster. They've got 0 kills so far inside of game number 1 here in the 7-game series. They've spotted, oh, so close, yet no cigar. Spotting Zenith Eternity on top of that hill. Opting to rotate into the zone. This is going to be a really hard rotate from any team that has to come through the bottom of farm, and it looks like that end game is going to really favor 4Kings main, so we'll hop on board with them in just a moment here. You can see they got 4 eliminations in game number 1 so far. Still 16 teams still alive. This is actually way more teams than I thought would make it into this end game, because they just don't have the snowboard ability to get themselves into zone or to get their teammates back in the action through the Revive Flight card snowboard strategy. SMRS are in play. Keep in mind, in the next tournament, they're going to be buffed, and they may be the best thing to use inside of the game. Guz able to get a little bit of a knock there, and a full kill on Distiller, one of the other best players from the Philippines. Staying alive. These guys, actually, I would argue, have the best spot in zone. They have this massive rock in front of the hill and cliff right beside them, and nobody is behind them. So these guys, I deem, have the best spot in the next zone. And for that reason, we'll go and check out one of the teams that I think may have a tougher sell here trying to get into it. They're unfortunately getting sniped from the side. It looks like it's going to be Wexer targeting them from across the map. That's a very bad player to get sniped from. We'll have to hop on board. It looks like he's been third party from Leap. Taking one of the players down right there. He is still in this fight, though. There's only 2 other players left alive. It's going to be Hudson and Wexer trying to make it into the zone. This zone is fully open, and it's really bad for all of them. However, MJ, the only player on this team number 9 that has double-digit kills. This is an unbelievable first game from MJ. Knows that Zenith Eternity is behind him. Low-Tex has been spotted here. Oh my god! Instant kill onto Low-Tex. Tempest goes down. Slayer's getting absolutely mutilated on the side of Zenith Eternity. MJ throws a little nade across the map. Keep in mind, we got SMRSs and Tempest for days. There's absolutely no way Slayer gets out of this situation. He's just going to keep getting spammed by explosives until he finally gets knocked and eliminated. Does he have anything to use? No, he doesn't have the medic plate carrier to stay alive, and he's gonna get knocked. He has a self-revive, but that's not gonna help him enough here, as I feel like, yep, there we go. Slayer is out with Zenith Eternity down. 4Kings main still alive here, but the question is, do they have what it takes to take down Team 9, ladies and gentlemen? Dare I say it, Team 9. I mean, Leap Unbound, they're looking real freaking good. Unfortunately, they do lose their player, MJ. The all-star MVP caliber player here, but there's a little bit of a performance coming through from Ross Kid. Oh dear, third-party Tempest is going to take down Slash's health to almost 0, and there we go. He's going to get third-party from the side, leaving Hezbollah last alive in the roster. 4Kings main still have the best position in zone. I think they're going to win this game. Number 1, shots go on to Yembo. He's going to get knocked. Chapo's still alive. Chapo, please, just outside of zone with the med strat. No! He's going to fall a little bit early there. Unfortunately, he doesn't have the medic plate carrier. And like I said, the early rotation with the vehicles is going to guarantee 4Kings a lovely spot in zone. We literally talked about this earlier in the mid game. That's exactly what they did. They got a nice early spot. People rotated in. They shot them out of the cars as they rotated. And now they have the best spot in the end game. 3 of their players alive, 7 kills on the board. I think this is going to be a 15 points for placement performance, as those other teams are fighting for scraps down below them. It's a 2v1v3, and they have the high ground with the zone rotation at ease. Oh dear, this could be a misplay here. Super Jeff, the player that I was talking about earlier, with the lovely looks on the main stage, able to take down one, going for the second. The Defender goes down. Oh my god, a glorious play from Super Jeff. Narosa comes in on the back for some back shots, able to take down game number 1 in their favor with a solid amount of kills, but most importantly, a great amount of placement points. 4Kings main decisively take game number 1. Let's pull up the kill count and see how many they got. It looks good, like it's going to be 10 kills total. With 15 points for placement, that's going to be a 25-point performance in the first game. Keep in mind, the last tournament that we seen from 4Kings main, they started out terribly, and then they came back and won it all. So to see 4Kings start out phenomenally, that's going to rub some of these teams the wrong way. they're going to need to make some big-time plays. Luckily, we got big-time players. Let's look where everyone plays, ladies and gentlemen. ENL, the team from Latin America. We've talked about them before, not being able to perform in the finals. They performed so well in so many qualifiers recently, so I'm glad to see them coming in second place with 13 kills. That'll give them 23 points, so they'll actually be right behind Four Kings Main. But interestingly enough, I don't think Four Kings Main are in the lead. If you look down this scoreboard, team number 9 are sitting there with 20 kills. 20 eliminations. And we pull up the event rules, you can see that if you place 4th place, you're gonna get 5 points. It's going to be a tie? Are we sure about that? It's gonna be a tie? Four Kings Main tied with team number 9, otherwise known as Leap Unbind. I mean, we've seen it plenty of times in the past where Leap, 4K, and TSG, rest their souls, no longer a team, are all alongside each other on the leaderboards. And it looks like that's going to be exactly the situation that's on the cards here after game number 1. Both teams able to secure 25 points in the first game. Great job there from the Latin American team Magic's roster, of course, called the GOATs. Honestly, I think they underperformed because of that start. But the fact that they were able to get into the end game and at least get some points for placement really is going to help them in the running for earning some cash here in this $10,000 tournament. Also, we didn't get to watch them, but hopefully you checked out the official broadcasts from Chapo, Father Ali, Rezox, and F9, because the boys, the mixed regional team from Africa and Europe, actually did really good this time. 9 eliminations, 6th place. Hey, they're coming in with double-digit points off of the first game. Let's go. Let's go. Come on, Africa. I want to see some more of this. I want to see some more of this, bro. As you go further down the leaderboard, you can see there's Fun, Lotex, Necro, and Slayer. Oh, Slayer. Slayer, bro. I know you're better than this. I think we all know that Slayer's one of the best players in the game, but I'm not going to talk about the kill count, okay? Because I know if I was in... I can't be biased, chat. 0 kills. Oh, I've been with Slayer since the start of his rise, chat, but 0 kills. I know the Africans are going to be happy to see this. Dropping a big juicy donut there in game number 1. It's unfortunate, but I'm sure he'll make a comeback. NSG, 8th place. Hey, we might be able to see NSG make some money here today. They've been struggling in the finals so far, but they've been going through the qualifiers quite nicely recently, so good job to them. We've also got BPR in here as well with the 4-kill performance. And then further down the list, you can see where Winter, Marab, Flexing, Zalata finished off. We got the other Leap team in there, finishing in 11th. Ooh, Joker actually falled out a little bit earlier than expected, I feel like. They did get a good amount of kills there, so they might still be in the top 10 as we look through the scoreboard. GNR, on the other hand, oh my god, 13 eliminations that early on, finishing 14th. Damn, they really had potential to be the number 1 team inside of game number 1, but dying that early, really going to hurt them. Only finishing the game 1 with 13 total points. Even team number 11, they finished 18th. Team number 11. Are you being serious? Secret's team had that many kills that early on, and they died in 18th. A phenomenal start, great mid game, but the end game, oh my god, man. That is just awful team coordination there to make them die as early on as they did. So many frags, but unfortunately the death came through too early to get any points for placement. Also, I'd like to say a big rest in peace to Tokyo I'm Zone Rami and of course Eduardo. I literally called it out exactly as it happened. They got blown up instantly. I'm going to reiterate this one more time. If there's any Four Kings members that can talk to them, or any of your favorite teams are playing today, tell them this one thing from Ferg. You need to get as many vehicles as possible into the end game. There is no snowboard mechanics You cannot just flail around the end game zone like a ballerina. You need to come in, tighten it, drop your cars, drop any vehicles you have, set them up like the goddamn walls of Troy, and make a base camp as center as possible in the Battle Royale Game 2. If you do not do that, the only other option you have is getting zone lucky with hills and cliffs to be by your side, like we just seen from Four Kings. They rotated early, they had multiple cars, but luckily the zone favored them and gave them that high ground. If you don't get that favored high ground, you're going to need those vehicles. Good luck. Good luck to everyone. We're going to get ready to get into game number 2 here, ladies and gentlemen. But my God, what a game 1. I mean, all of the teams are close alongside each other. We got 2 teams at 25 points at first place, I believe. It's looking like it's going to be an interesting game 7, $10,000 BRL July tournament, chat. Isn't it, though? It is. MVPs for the top 10 after game number 1. MJ's in at first place. He got 15 points. Yimbo is at second with 14. Super Jeff is in here at third with 13 points, tied with Simple, Julio, and Goncito. Unbelievable from the boys that speak Spanish. Either way, we do have the official scores ready. Hold on, I'm just going to move that down a second, YouTube. And we'll get these scores updated on your screen right about now. Ladies and gentlemen, great performance, like I said before, from Philippines. Not expecting that. Not expecting that at all. But the game 1 has been updated on your screen, and you can see where everyone currently lies on the scoreboard. Four Kings and Leap Unbound, of course, like I said before, are going to be tied first place. Now, the tiebreaker is as follows. Whoever's won the most games wins it. If each team has the same amount of wins, the team with the most kills wins the tiebreaker. So far, Four Kings main, if it were to end like this, would get the number 1 spot, and Leap, obviously, since they didn't win the game, would get the number 2 spot. However, if they get the same amount of wins and they have the same amount of points, we judge it based off kills. Going down the list, you can see Enigma Legend in there at 23 points, actually getting third place. Hey man, I'm proud of these guys, bro. They're really unknown in the scene. I know they're going to be streaming right now. Everyone has to stream. That's one of the rules of playing in the finals of the tournament. So they're probably live right now, maybe on TikTok, maybe on YouTube. You might want to check them out if you're Latin American. Further down, you can see GNR Legacy, but don't let that distract you from the fact that there's a little bit of a fight going on here off the start of this game. Oh, the Latin Americans are going to be fighting the Filipinos once again. Wagner has a nice little spot here. He could have gotten an elimination with the Chickum there. Oh, Ninja comes through. He's going to go for the back angle. Venge in a difficult spot. JM right in front. He's going to get knocked. Lovely full kill comes through from Miroso Kid. Venge still alive, but he's going to get shot from the side here. Ooh, these Latin American players are coming down with a vengeance. Wagner being the last remaining teammate from team number 4. He's got to get out of there ASAP. I'd love to see what 4K Joker's going to do right now. Have they landed near that team again? They have. So Hypno, Sleuth, and Magma are still landing around 4K Joker, even though they got obliterated by them earlier today. Going through the leaderboards again, I want to talk about it a little bit more. Team top 7 are in at 5th place, but GNR Legacy doing pretty well there with 13 points. Not too bad for them. Ivy are at 12 points, tied with top 7. They're at 6th place. Leap Boys are at 7th place. 4K Joker are at 8th place. Wexor, wow, a Middle Eastern team in the top 10 already, 9th place. And then a mixture of teams, a mixture of players on the team are in at 9 points as well. So we've got 4 different teams at 9 total points. We've got 2 teams at 12 points, and we got 2 teams at 25 points. To start off game number 2, yet again, 4 Kings main landing in the same area, even though it doesn't benefit them to land at the top of the zone to get the snowboard anymore, because it is banned, of course. But they're still landing up there. Looks like they're going to go try and find some eliminations. Whereas on the other side of things, Unlow-Tech Slayer and Necro, wow, okay, they're over by Sakura. And that means that ICANN and a Bull Boss gotta be at dormitory? Yep, absolutely. They've landed up there. It looks like they've given the spot to Ken and a Bull Boss like they did in the previous tournament. I'm interested by that. I wonder, did they discuss that before the tournament started? Like maybe iCanada Bullballs messaged Slayer and Low-Tex and were like, yo, we don't want to fight over this. Do you want to land somewhere else? Can we have it? I wonder what went down there in terms of communication to give iCanada Bullballs dormitory, because I know Slayer and Low-Tex love to land there as well. I suppose on this tournament it doesn't matter as much because there's no snowboard in play. But at least for the back-to-back tournaments, it was interesting to see how they gave it up. Let's pull up the map again and see if there's anyone around anyone else here. Ooh, oh, that could be a big fight right there, ladies and gentlemen. We'll have to go down the list here. As they've spotted Rebar and the boys. Akaz is further up, so we'll check his POV. Actually using the same skin as the OG Rebar skin as well. Shots are going to go down onto Akaza. Can he land them? Yes, he can. Oh my god, a double straight off the bat. Oh, I didn't know Akaza was built like this, ladies and gentlemen. That BP50 really holding it down for him. Oh, dearie me. The Persians just got absolutely torn apart by the 4K Joker team. I mean, I thought they named themselves 4K Joker because they were the laughingstock of 4K. The worst team in 4K, but I mean, my god. Maybe they're called 4 Joker because they're making the other teams in this competition look like a joke. Easy squad wipe from the 4K team. Lovely jubbly. 4 kills confirmed from them at the start of this game. We're going to hop on over to FWF9. This is going to be a tough fight for him. He's not going to be able to win it, and oh, dearie me. That's not looking too good. They're going to get eliminated straight off the bat. And unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, a team that I want to see win, a team that I want to see do great, is unfortunately out at the start of game number 2. Going now on over to the only remaining top tier Persian roster. They've actually got Flex and Loading at their other 2 players. They've got 0 kills at the start of game number 2. But it looks like the substitute player brought in from Marab, being Winter, is performing very well here as well. We just seen him get a little bit of a knock. They're fighting underneath bus station. You never see fights in this side of the map. This SMRS could come in handy. Speaking of Kamikaze, he needs to go on the Kamikaze strat with the SMRS. Able to land a shot right there. Winter comes in through the side and able to take him down instantly. Now, Kust deciding if he wants to make a play here. Not able to do so, Winter. Playing a little bit more aggressive. A third party could come in here from the side. It looks like that's going to be another Middle Eastern team, being Wexert's roster, one of the best snipers from that region. Opting to go around the right-hand side here, possibly push in from the back. If they don't go for the shop instead, it looks like they are going to go for the shop. They don't realize that VPR is right beside them. So this could be a free shop piece. That's exactly what they're going to do. They have no idea that those players are weak in front of them. Marab, Flexing, and Winter camping tags. Is this what we have came to, ladies and gentlemen? I mean, I can't disagree with the strategy, because not having a snowboard means camping tags is actually a really interesting strat. And it will be used, I can only assume, for the entirety of today. As for now, however, we're going to have to hop on with NSG, one of our fan favorite teams from the qualifiers, able to take down a player from VPR. I'm not sure if VPR even have a teammate left alive. They do. 2 players still up. That's going to be Kus, Bolivia, Kamikaze, and Pavas. Team number 13. Still over by bus station. Kus, this is a bad spot. He knows all 4 of the players are here. Able to use the hacker to mean that they can't use their class abilities, but I'm going to say it here now. I don't see these guys being able to do anything about M7's team right below them. This is Marab's roster of M7. Not to be confused with the M7 that's currently on the leaderboard in 10th place, but they're their own M7 team. They're known as Marab X Holy or Holy X Marab, and I really don't see them being able to get that final tag. Either way, let's hop on to team number 9, as it looks like Elite Boys could get into a little bit of a fight here against ENL. One of the top teams after game number 1. They're actually finishing 3rd so far. Oh dear, a little bit of Filipino on Filipino action. Oh my god, SMRSs are aplenty here, ladies and gentlemen, in game number 2. Oh, Spotter's getting used as well. Oh, there's nothing he can do in that situation. Stiller, on the other hand, about to get targeted as well. Oh no, no snowboard to get out. All he can do is use his wings, but as soon as he lands, the SMRSs are going to come down in just a moment. Smokes are trying to get used as well. This is not looking good for my main man Stiller. on the side of team number 9, also known as Leap Unbind. The knock comes through. It's actually going to be I'm Zone taking him down. I want to hop on board with his POV here. What an HDR shot across the map. Looking like they're going to be able to confirm that kill. 2 eliminations on the board for 4K Overload. This would have been Holy Father's old team when he used to play for it. Just, I believe, a couple of months ago before he started playing with the Middle Easterners. Time Zone looking for some info onto that other team. Not able to get any of it. Nobody left remaining around that situation. And we're going to hop on board with a different roster now as we see that there's a couple of teams fighting on the other side of the zone. It's going to be GNR. Oh my gosh, instant kill. Straight away, West looks like he might be the last remaining player on this team. It's going to be COD Ninja's team. Oh, that's Marana, gone but not forgotten. They always seem to make it through the qualifiers nowadays, but in the finals, they lack any kind of substance when it comes to getting a good amount of points. On the other side of the zone, though, we can see Narosa has found an elimination, and he's going to be hunting down NSG, another team that's made it through the qualifiers here. Tom Pips looks like he can breakdance inside of the game with that movement, not only in real life. 4 eliminations from 4Kings main this early on is pretty good. We have now just entered the mid-game. I'm now confirming that the mid-game is going to be 10 minutes and after. I used to like to say that it was about the 9-minute mark, but let's be honest, 10 minutes and after is good for the mid-game. 4 eliminations. We'll pull up the zone and see what kind of rotations they're able to do here. They're just on the edge of it. It looks like Bus Station is actually in the center of the zone. So, I mean, teams like Marab's roster here are going to have a really good time in this end game, especially if it goes center zone for the next zone. Going now on over to the actual M7 team with the M7 name on the leaderboard. You can see 0 kills so far inside of game number 2. It's making me watch them in first person. Not too sure why. Team 18, they had a bad first game, and it looks like they're having a bad second game here, but not before Hypno is able to pick up a kill onto Black Cat from the old but gold roster that qualified through the qualification stage earlier this week. I think I just seen another good team right beside him. To his left. Oh dear. Yep. Oh my god. 4K Joker. I know I said it before, but they are making a joke of the other teams this time around. 8 eliminations. Dare I say, this roster would probably be like a top 5 team in the world if they could just mech it into the end game. If they could just mech it into the end game, they would be a top 5 team. But for whatever reason, their communication skill is not up there. I mean, their gun skill is so great. I feel like it's because players like Ranzu just have a hard time taking things seriously for longer than 10 minutes. I mean, if you tune into his stream, you see every time he has the goofy filter on his face cam. And of course that's funny. And of course he's a great player. And of course this is a great team. But they always fall short even though they are already on 9 kills going into the mid game. Like, this should be a top caliber team. Who knows? Maybe this is the tournament that they just outperform everyone's expectations. Speaking of expectations, though, Slayer and Lowtech's last remaining duo on their roster, Fund and Necro, both have died early on. Not too sure who they were fighting against earlier, as Slayer falls outside of the zone. At this point, I mean, he's giving them a kill. GNR gonna get a freebie over onto the side of Slayer there. It actually really hurts me to see Slayer underperforming here, as we've seen recently quite often. Lex and the Middle Easterners, 5 eliminations early on here. They're going to be able to kill Topo here. Surely that is going to get exploded. Yes, it is. Topo not getting shot from the sky. Oh my god, Flex. He did not need to do him like that. Wow. Wait, what the hell? Hold on a second. Where did ImZone shoot this guy from?
Enemy eliminated. I'm down.
Huh? He just sniped him from across the map! Wait, hold on a second. Ken just sniped ImZone from across the map as well! What? What? Clippers! I need to see how that just happened. Oh my god, he's still going. Oh, Ken, it's over for you, buddy. It's over for... Oh my god. 2 snipes across the map? 1 off the dome? And Ican turns around, insta headshot on the I'm zone. I can't even see them. I can't even see these players. How are they witnessing the players to shoot at them right now? Oh dear. Looks like MJ's getting bombarded with sniper shots and SMRSs. What? Somebody check Cam's device. What? Oh my god, through this. What? What? Ah! What is this? Somebody check his iPad. Holy moly, ladies and gentlemen. Cam on an unbelievable run here with the DLQ. Oh my god. Snipes on snipes on snipes across the planet here. Or Ken. He was going to go for a little close range kill with the Hades, but I don't think he knows MJ's right below him in there. He doesn't have any info for it right now. 6 eliminations on the board here for team number 6. Arguably one of the best teams in the world. A cross-regional team, might I add. They're based out of both the Middle East and Europe. They don't have a spot in the next zones just yet, but they have just been spotted, so it's not looking too good for them right now. I'd love to know why MJ is in there by himself. Ah, I see. He must have came back through a revive flight, has no loot, and 0 kills. This isn't looking too good for the boys from the Philippines, ladies and gentlemen. MJ dropping double-digit kills in game number 1. Now looking like he's going to need to carry his team in game number 2. A bad spot for them to be in. Going on over to team 10 here. We can see Topo, Brotex, Jakari, and Patata from Latin America. Oh, Lotex, please. You're the only European team inside of this finals. I need you to stay alive. I need you to stay alive, Lotex, please, for another second. He's found his duo, known as Slayer. One of the most infamous griefers of all time in any of our tournaments. Back in 2024 and 2025, Slayer was known for taking teams down by himself. And now he might have to do it again as his teammates are dying to players like Matador. I say players like Matador. There aren't too many players as good as Matador, dare I say. 1 elimination from M7 here, team number 20. They haven't had a good start here. And it looks like Guh and the 4K main boys don't have a position in the center zone. There's still 14 teams alive in this end game. We're 16 minutes into the game now. As they're trying to rotate into the next zone. It's going to be a tough zone to play around, considering they need to rotate past that Middle Eastern / European team in just a moment. However, for now, I want to check out what Lotex is doing, as he's getting snipes on the flex here, able to get the kill confirmed as well. Do they have zone? They do, but it's a bad zone in the end game to have, as it's fairly open. They do have that divot to use, though. You can see that's a nice little divot. It will only be nice if the other teams don't have cluster bombs. I don't think they're going to be able to get spotted out of it, but if there's a cluster bomb in action or a couple of nades, they will get naded easily here. I'm just calling out everything before it happens. As soon as I said it, nades come through. That's their kryptonite here, ladies and gentlemen. There comes an SMRS from the high ground as well. That's going to be their ex-teammate loading. All of the players that you're seeing fighting each other have been on each other's teams before. Now they're going to spam nades over to see if they can get some kills galore. Up and now on over to the Filipino teams. You can see team number 3 here, Rami, Tokyo, and IMZone still alive for 4K overload. That's not a good spot for them to be in, however, as they are fairly open. And there still is that roster on tippity top of the windmill. That's going to be GOATs from Latin America. These guys, obviously the most famous Latin American team of all time, featuring Magic. Looks like the 4K overload team is going to go in with the car. A double car setup would be quite nice here. Need to get out of it quick, though. Lovely. Okay, they got 2 cars in this end game zone. One of them's one shot, but they can still use it as cover, which would be phenomenal. That's Lotex's car from earlier. 7 eliminations on the board. They have learned from their previous mistakes here. Love to see that from 4K overload. Would love to see them win game number 2 here, ladies and gentlemen. 10 teams left remaining in the end game. We're now on to the 18th minute, and it looks like 4 Kings main are coming through the back. Not going to help Guh's situation, though, as he dies instantly. Do any of these players have a medic plate carrier? Yes, they do. Jeff has it. Naroz is going to rotate into the zone first. He's not got it. Oh, this could be a nice little clutch here. Oh my god! Naroz and Jeff team up for an absolute massacre. Unfortunately, Naroz is going to get wiped, but it doesn't matter. Jeff comes in with a retaliatory play, and now the duo are still in action. But keep in mind, Viper are over there beside them on that left-hand side, and it could be a tough rotation into the next zone for them, as I don't think they currently have it. Ooh, next zone, ladies and gentlemen. Look at me dead in my eyes. They have a good rotation here. It's an open zone. It's right beside them. Do they have a smoke bomber? They don't, but they do have a defender to be used here. On the side of Jeff, he is getting naded across the map here, hoping that Viper can lose their nades if you're from the Philippines currently. Low-Tech's last remaining player. I love that angle, Low-Tech. Yeah, give that to me some more. As he is actually surrounded by 3-4 different teams here. Oh my god, a smoke comes down, but I don't know if that's gonna be enough for little old Low-Techs here. I mean, come on, there's so many players on around, and players from Latin America over on this side. We got Philippines on that side. We also have another Latin American team on the other side, and it looks like this end game is gonna favor the Latin American pro teams. We'll stay on board here with Magic. Oh my god, these guys are looking real good here, ladies and gentlemen. They're looking real good indeed. 16 eliminations. Bang! Able to land the Annihilator shot. The Goats are coming in with all the fury. And oh my, they're making it look easy in game number 2. Another kill's gonna get confirmed onto Patata. See you later, Alligator. Low-Tech's clutches the second place position. But 21 kills in a win for the Goats? I think their name stacks up here nicely, ladies and gentlemen. A 21 kill win on the end game. Low-Tech's, I mean, he's just sitting outside of the zone. Nothing really to do here. I'll see you later, Alligator. That's going to guarantee them about 36 points. And finally, Low-Tech's is going to be eliminated due to the zone. A good clutch from him staying alive right there, may I add, ladies and gentlemen. I can't believe he stayed alive as long as he did. There was 3 different Latin American teams all up on them. And he played the smoke, stayed inside of it. Nobody's seen him with the smoke bomber, of course. Stayed alive, clutch second place. They're not going to get many points for that game. And in fact, I think the Goats are going to rise up the ranks here quite nicely. 36 points, game number 2 performance. Dare I say, they may have catched up towards the 4 Kings roster. Going down, you'll be able to see the leaderboard right here. You can see Slayer's team, obviously, finishing second place with 2 kills. That's going to give them 12 points. So a good save from Low-Tech's, but not a lot of kills there, unfortunately. Further down, you can see Viper in there. They got quite a few kills there as well. 4 Kings mean still 6th place. And with the kills that they got, not looking too damn bad. Did they get 12 eliminations? Hell yeah, they did. 6th place. I think that's going to give them about 16 points. If you look over onto the scoreboard that's on your screen after game number 1, they should be on about 41 or so points as we get the scores tallied up for you. Further down the list, you can see 4K Overload. They learned from their mistakes last game, but unfortunately, Viper pulled up on them and just eradicated them out of the competition. But at least they learned from the mistakes. Don't go in with one car, everyone in the same vehicle, because you're going to get exploded, like we've seen from game number 1 here. You can see Loading's team along with Flex, Ican, and their 4th remaining teammate, which I just can't even pronounce that name. I'm not even going to try on it, ladies and gentlemen. Further down, GNR again. Getting a bunch of kills here. 10th place position, 13 kills. That's not bad at all. 14 points for GNR. They're going to go up to, what, like 27 total eliminations? Absolutely scrumdiddly-umptious here, ladies and gentlemen. Any of the other teams here that you guys will want to see will appear on your screen just now as we go down. ENL, we've seen this from them before. They've won games in the final in the past, and they unfortunately cannot stay consistent, so they're finishing in 15th place after that game. And like I said, I mean, chat, we had a heart-to-heart. 4K Joker has been known for being the joke of a team from 4K, but it's not because they're bad at the game. It's because for whatever reason, they have a block from getting into that late game. They always seem to get a bunch of kills, and they did it again here. But unfortunately, they finished 13th place. 13th place with 12 eliminations? I mean, come on! I feel like they have so much more to give us if they could just stay alive in the late game. Their early game performances are always so good, and they take those fights and they destroy. But they just can't make it into the end. Ooh, 7 eliminations from the team that finished 21st there. That's going to be Marana. They unfortunately died early on, and we've seen how they died over there by Heat on the map, the top right-hand corner of the map, unfortunately. Dying very early on. Along with Rebar's team, one of my favorite Middle Eastern teams, dying early on. And then, of course, Chapo and Father Ali, man. Heart goes out to the Africans, chat. You know, we love Africa here, but my favorite African team in this finals just did not do good in game number 2. But who knows? They could do good in game number 3 as we're getting ready to get into it. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm seeing a lot of Persia in the YouTube short form chat. Hold on a second. I actually had a message come in from one of my subscribers from Persia. I'm gonna see if I can actually bring this up real quick. Hold on a second. Her name is Mobina, and she sent me a voice note, but I can't seem to find it. I want to see if I can find this voice note, because she told me how to say I love you in Persian, but maybe I'll wait until another game. Once I find it, I'll be sure to say it to you. Oh, find it.
You should say دوستون دارم.
Let me hear it one more time.
You should say دوستون دارم.
Dusitun Daram. Dusitun Daram, Persia. You're goddamn right. Dusitun Daram. I'm locked in. I'm locked in just like Ken and a Bull Balls are locked in, chat. All right, a great game 2. We're going to get ready to start game number 3. As soon as the admin team is ready to go, we'll get right into it. Remember, it's a 7-game series, ladies and gentlemen. 7 games to prove it all for $10,000 of that juiciest, scrumptiousest prize pool. Haven't heard any words from the main man, Holy Father. We're hoping that he gets his electricity back soon. I mean, fingers crossed for all of that, of course. Either way, we're going to get the game number 2 scores actually updated on your screen because, I mean, this production team must be the quickest in all of mobile, dare I say. I know I'm biased, but, I mean, come on. Already getting the game 2 scores, and we haven't even started game number 3? Huh. Gives us something to talk about, I guess. Bang! Just before game 3 gets underway, you can see the game 2 scores. Administration team, can we get an update on the ping for game number 2? I'm curious, who got server for game number 2? I feel like it had to be Latam. Like, all of their teams were in the end game, which was unbelievable. Shout out to Latin America, man. Shout out to Latin America. Me gusta! Latam. Mi amor! Latam. Huh? Dustun Daram! Persia. Huh? Eh? Oh. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get into game number 3. As we're seeing Viper land early. Previously, in the back-to-back tournaments, Rebar raised an issue of this specific team stream sniping him off spawn. Now, we did some investigative work, some hardcore investigative work, might I add. We stayed on for hours after the back-to-back tournament. We reviewed all the evidence. We even had our spectator, who makes the room, go back in and watch the games on top of the evidence that we were given to check if these guys were stream sniping. And we can confirm that they were absolutely not stream sniping. And here's what happened. For all of my Persians that want to support Rebar on the allegations. This team knew Rebar landed there from the previous day. And by landed there, I mean landed in radar base. And every game that they landed into Black Market, they looked around and they seen a team also land radar base. So they were given 2 pieces of information before they had even landed that there was going to be a team in radar base. So every single game, knowing that they're from Latin America and those guys are aggressive and love to fight, knowing that they landed in radar base, they instantly pushed there once they felt they had a ton of loot. Every piece of evidence that we were shown was that VPR, aka Viper, landed around radar base or used their helicopter around radar base. If they didn't see a player on the team move, or they didn't see them, or they didn't scan them with hacker, they left. If they scanned them with hacker, they decided to jump on that team and get more info. And then as soon as somebody made a noise, they targeted the person with all 4 of their players who made that noise. But there was no evidence of stream sniping, just to cut that clear from last tournament. However, going back to the present, we can see that the 4Kings main roster surprisingly got a kill straight off the spawn here. Not too sure who they fought. Oh, wow. They actually fought Ken, and they were able to take him down early in game number 3 here. Let's go on further down to the first team on the leaderboards. Ladies and gentlemen, fantastic situation from Latin America. Administration, I want an update on the ping for game number 2. I want to see maybe the Latams actually got it in their favor. Fingers crossed the server picks between a couple of different regions this time around. But either way, Goats at your number 1 spot. Goats at your number 1 spot here, ladies and gentlemen. 43 total points. 4Kings are here with 40 total points. GNR Legacy have 27 total points at 3rd place. Leap Unbound 4th place with 25, tied with ENL after ENL's bad performance in game number 2. 4K Joker almost in the top 5. Almost in the top 5. Zenith Eternities with Low Tech's lovely clutch there towards the end of game number 2. We're able to get up to 20. They're tied for 7th and 8th spot. And then we got Azir, which is a qualifying team, along with M7, another qualifying team, are down there at 9th and 10th with 15 points apiece. It actually looks like the Leap team have decided they don't want to come this area anymore. And they are going to rotate and land somewhere else. Keep in mind, Goats landing in Ecology Lab would mean that M7 needs to land somewhere else. Will they land on a similar side of the map, or where have M7 landed this time around? We're used to seeing those boys come over here, and I don't see any of them around this situation. Interesting. Interesting. They've actually landed Black Market. So that means that Viper, are they eliminated? Because Viper always lands. No, they're still alive, so they've dropped somewhere else. Wow. Okay, we didn't get to see the early game there from Viper. I didn't see it because I was talking to the camera, but maybe you guys seen it. Maybe I was watching it. I tried to click on them, but I'm not too sure if we actually got to watch them early game. But it looks like Viper, yet again, this is exactly what they do. They run the helicopter around once they're favorable in loot, and they just rush teams. It's a very classic Viper strategy. They're one of the only teams that actually opt to do this. It's a super aggressive and risky strategy to jump on teams early game and try and get as many kills as possible. Look, we're not even 6 minutes into game number 3 here, and they're looking at ways that they can possibly pick apart this opponent with ease. Bolivia down below, Pavas rushing up first. This is going to be an interesting fight here. He's going to have to rotate back. Shots are going to be fired. Bolivia going to be first to knock on the side of Viper. They might actually get killed instantly here. A little trade comes through from Pavas as well. Ooh, nice shots here from all of the team on the side of Viper. Pavas is going to be knocked. Oh my god! They just absolutely creamed the qualification team that were actually very dominant earlier this week. A very bad performance from Zluth and the boys. What? Somebody check this guy's device. How is he landing so many Annihilator shots? Okay, finally he starts missing them. Jeepers creepers. We were gonna have to check his stream after that one, ladies and gentlemen. Great shots there. Remy in a difficult spot here. I don't see how Remy gets out of this situation at all. He's unfortunately gonna die, but he's gonna die to another Filipino player. My IAD. And we're going to have to hop on board and see what this situation unfolds as, because remember, VPR, Viper, loves to take a rush play. They've now got back their 4th player being Bolivia. On top of that hill, somehow Pingolo killed himself with a buy 15. Don't know how that's possible. VPR deciding they don't want to take that fight, and they might even possibly take the fight against NSG here. Oh, never mind. Yet again, like I said, VPR for a second time in this game are gonna fight early game. It's not even been 10 minutes yet. We're only on the 7th minute, and they're trying to rush Elite Unbound boys out of their position in the zone. Do they have the high ground? Yes, they do. Kamikaze able to take down one. Looking for a second player here. Doesn't have a smoke bomber to find out where that player's at. It's a 3v4 situation, and it looks like Viper going for the full rush strat here. I literally called out exactly what Viper do inside of these tournaments, and they are doing it again. For whatever reason, they go full ultimate rush mode early in these competitions, and obviously, they take some casualties there, like that on Kust. Luckily for him, he does have a position in the zone where he cannot get full killed just yet. He does have that self-revive as well. Is he going to use it? Yes, he is. Kamikaze unfortunately dying there from Hezbollah Leap. These guys are in a tough spot. BPR risked it all, but I don't think the risk it for a biscuit play is going to come back and help them out here. Now deciding to use the OG vertical wall skilling vehicle. I mean, I did say going in vehicles are dangerous. And now you see why the gravity of the situation when it comes to banning snowboard is so big. Vehicles are easy to explode. Snowboards are not easy to shoot at. And remember, the banned item this time around is the snowboard. Checking out Marab's team. Team number 16. These guys have 0 eliminations. Winter's subbing in for Holy Father this time around. Not too sure where Holy Father's electricity or internet is right now. We were told that he might come back. He might be able to play. We're not too sure. I wouldn't hold your hopes so high, but if he is, maybe he'll make a top tier play on the main stage of game number 4, possibly. I'm now asking the administration team because they still haven't told me what server game number 2 was. What was that ad? You're getting ads on my YouTube stream? Holy, YouTube trying to make me some bread here. Rami has came back through the revive flight for King's Overload. Not looking too bad today. I mean, dare I say they're doing pretty damn good, but they're just not inside of the top 10. They're barely outside of it for now. And it looks like Joker have died early on as well, so they're probably going to fall down that list, unfortunately, as well. I will say, chat, Slayer's team today, not doing too well whatsoever. The Latam teams, on the other hand, might take Philippines off their throne. I mean, the top team inside of the tournament so far is Team 8 here. However, for now, we'll hop on board and look at the teams that are actually in some fights, like GNR. They were able to wipe a roster just moments ago. 7 eliminations on the board here early on. We're getting into the mid-game as it's just cracked 10 minutes into game number 3. If you're new around here, you may not know that the majority, if not all of these players, will be streaming on their TikTok or their YouTube stream. And you may be able to find some players watch partying. If there's any watch partiers, make sure to follow them. Make sure to subscribe to them if they're on YouTube as well. And if you like any of the players, or maybe you want to see somebody from your particular region, I'll call out where these players are from, and you can go and follow them, but you don't have to listen to my dumbass talk all the time. If you just want to see some of the stellar gameplay from that first-person perspective instead of the caster/host perspective. Let's get into another team here. You can see M7 opting to stay, what I can only assume is, whoa, hold on a second. Outside the zone. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. They're sniping them across the map with not only snipers, but SMRSs. Checking out where they're at in the zone. Middle zone, early game. I mean, 4K knows how to run this stuff without snowboard, ladies and gentlemen. We were quite worried going into this tournament that they wouldn't be able to do much, if anything. Hello? Activision? 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 Activision! Activision! What is going on? What? Everyone got kicked out of the room? Huh? The entire lobby crashed? What? Activision Son! What is this? On the day of the $10,000 Battle Royale League July Finals? The entire lobby crashed? Huh? What is this, COD Mobile? What is this? I've never seen that in my entire life. That's unbelievable. This is the first here, ladies and gentlemen, in the big 2026. Activision has made a mistake. They've made a fault. They've fallen from grace. How dare they stop our game 3? How dare they? I demand a rematch. I demand a restart from Activision. What in the hell? I've never seen anything like it, ladies and gentlemen. Did ever...
Welcome to Battle Royale.
What? Why did it start so fast? What? Did they accidentally... Oh. Don't worry, guys. I'm being told to leave. I mean, the administration team has came to me and they've said, Activision lobby crashed. Please go to the new lobby. How about instead of going to the new lobby, we check out my skin? Huh? How about that? Damn. Yo, this is crazy. Does this thing have like a bio? Oh, it's called. Ooh, he's handsome. Ooh. Oh my god. Ooh. Hey, man. What do we think, guys? What do we think? Am I? Hold on. Give me a second. Give me a second, man. God damn. Ah! What do we think, guys? What do we think? Am I bigger? Am I better? I am better. I am better, chat. Hey, yo, team number 1. Yo, put me in, coach. Yo, 4 kings. Put 4 kings. Put me in, brah. Anyway, back to the point of the show. You know, back to what everyone wants to talk about, guys. Am I right? Where is it? You know, what do we think? What do we think? If you have this skin, you're an OG. I'm sorry, but if you weren't in COD Mobile when this skin was released, I don't want to hear any talk about primes, about golden era, about best players. I don't want to hear any of it unless you played COD Mobile before this skin was released. And if you don't have this skin, you're never gonna get it because it's never coming back. And just for a reminder, just for a little reminder, let me change this. Apparently TikTok is bugging now. Bang. TikTok, let me know if that saved the day. But anyway, just for a reminder, here's the bio. Luke Fergie began his story devouring opponents on various FPS titles, achieving #1 across 5 games. Now his focus is dropping nukes, uploading bangers, and grinding Call of Duty Mobile. You know, this bio is a little bit outdated because I'm actually #1 on 6 different games. Not 5. But it's okay. You know, it's all right. We'll let them have this. We'll let them have it, you know. This skin came out before that, so it's whatever. Cooked! Why's everyone saying cooked? Why's everyone saying cooked, broski? Why are we all saying cooked on my TikTok? Anyway, whoa, you mean my skin's cooked? Whoa, 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 whoa. Why am I getting roasted for having a skin in COD Mobile? What? Why am I getting roasted for having my own skin? No, 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 no. I'll ask you one question. How's your COD Mobile character skin doing? Anyway. Back to the tournament, chat. It seems like we've got everyone into the game, I think. Looks like it. 100 out of 100 players have joined. We're waiting for the administrators to lock it in. We're going to redo game number 3, ladies and gentlemen. Everything that you've seen there does not matter. But I tell you what does matter. Having a skin in COD Mobile. Anyway, back to it, chat. Back to it. Stop. Let's giggity go! We're getting ready to get into game number 3. The points that you're seeing on the board down below me is just after the first 2 games. We actually have to restart game 3 because whatever reason Activision had a little bit of a bug. And we're restarting it. But it's okay. We love Activision. We wouldn't have this glorious game without them. Matter of fact, yeah! W Activision. You know what? Matter of fact, W so much that they sponsored today's tournament. They gave the $10,000. I don't have to do it anymore, chat. Hashtag COD partner. Hashtag I love Activision. And thank you, Activision. And COD Mobile for sponsoring today's stream. Getting into game number 3, my glorious kings and queens. You don't have Manta Ray mods, ban him. I was the one that gave Manta Ray away for free back in 2021. The OGs will remember. Game number 3. We're actually not sure what happened in that game right there, ladies and gentlemen, but we're restarting. I've never seen anything like that before in my entire life. I've literally never seen that happen. So, it's a first for us. We're just going to restart the whole lobby. It disconnected everyone from it. The only thing we could possibly do is to restart it. So here we are. We're restarting game number 3, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to get underway. Let's giggity go. Broski, though. I have no idea what you Persians are spamming in my chat right now. I have actually no idea. Madnan, I'm sure you can go into the short form chat and give me updated on that. I feel like that's some sort of like political thing. Let me look it up. I'll be the judge. Oh God, it is. Oh my God. I'm not saying anything more from that. I'm sorry. I'm not like, my profession is in playing games and being an idiot, not politics. All right. I do not care about any of that stuff. I'm sorry. It's just not me. It's not my industry. It's not my industry at all. Either way, we're getting into game number 3. Scrum diddly. I'm just really mad and interesting. Okay. Man, let's do this, broski. Going and checking out the Latam roster that is currently in the lead. We've seen them land here before. They've landed here again. Same way they did in the game that we had to restart here, ladies and gentlemen. Rambo skin coming out to play. Love to see that. A lot of you will not have been around at the time, but I did 1v1 Dr. Disrespect on Call of Duty Mobile back when this game was first released. It was called the 80s Throwdown event. And of course, it was PC and mobile. As TV able to pick up a player right here, looking scrumptious. Insomnia and TV, last remaining players on the roster of OG. All but gold, they came through the qualifiers and they're trying to make a statement here, but it's not been happening quite as we kind of expected it to. Oh, that was a bad play, TV. You're going to get absolutely dookied on. See you later, alligator. Insomnia, last alive in the map. Yes, we did, of course, come out on top, and Dr. Disrespect was destroyed. I'm hearing no in-game sound. Don't worry. You ready for it? I got you, chat. Don't worry, TikTok. TikTok has been having a lot of bugs recently. I know that a lot of different creators are facing the same issues, but we're on it, chat. We are on it. For Kings Me and I've opted to land a little bit further southbound I believe. Or maybe they go Ski Town and just rotate off it instantly. Nobody's around them. The teams that have actually landed on the bottom southerly portion of the map actually have the advantage here. I feel bad for Four Kings. They had a great position in the zone last game, and then unfortunately, for whatever reason, that bug happened. I've never seen that in my entire life, but you know what I have seen? The GOAT team come out kicking. This game, however, doesn't look like they are coming out kicking. There is a team around them. Oh, that's going to be Mello. Mello wants to make a little bit of a statement here. Anyone from Africa in the chat think that Mello can make a statement on the main stage here? We'll have to wait and see. You'll see. Checking the buy station. Seems fishy to me, but hey. Hey, yo, Mello. Looking for his first little knock. Doesn't see anyone just yet. Keep in mind, this roster is African only, I believe. You're looking for that first kill or even just a knock. Magic might be the first to be seen here as he's closest to them. Oh, Panchito's been spotted. Oh, snipe comes down onto Mello. Not going to land it, though. Mello. I'm trying to see a big boy snipe from a big-time player here, Mello. Come on. I know you love to run your mouth. How about you run some shots into the opponents, Mello? Come on. Whoa, 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 whoa. Why are we running away? Come on, man. I wanted to see some gameplay. Whatever. Whatever. Heading on over to VPR. They were able to get a bunch of eliminations over on the side of Team 14. That's going to be the Middle Eastern team known as Wexer. Holy car, this is not Fast and Furious. I mean, that's almost looking as unrealistic as the new Fast and Furious movies. Shout out to Fast and Furious 1, 2, and Tokyo Drift, chat. The best movies of all time. In the franchise, of course. Speaking of movies, I hope everyone goes to see Odyssey. Just keep in mind that when you watch that film, think of me when you see Agamemnon, because that's me. Alright? That is me. And chat agrees. If you've seen the movie, already agree. You can just type yes or agree. Four Kings main making their way into the zone. We'll have to keep up on board with Slayer's team. Zenith Eternity, they haven't really done anything in this game. Really not up to much again. Keep in mind, they are on the leaderboard again, though. That's looking a little bit better. Being on the leaderboard at 20 total points. Looking not too bad. Going down the leaderboards, you can see ICANN and a Bull Boss still alive. That must be a Bull Boss as this player. I don't know why he's made his name this way. Four Kings Overload are already dead. Didn't get to see how they were taken out of game number 3, unfortunately. Rest their souls. Rebar as well, still alive, but his entire team has been destroyed. However, we're going to check out VPR as they've been having an absolutely jolly old time today and getting kills. They just haven't been able to place as high as they've wanted to. They did get saved from the crash just moments ago. Olivia trying to make a little bit of a play here. Kamikaze has been knocked, but he's going to get revived through himself. Gets out of that situation, but gets knocked again. Wagner able to get the knock again onto Kamikaze. Leap Baxar getting shot through the window and smoke at the same time. Unbelievable shot from VPR here. 3 other players left remaining. It's going to be a 3v3 situation. VPR known and famed for their aggressive pushes. However, if this fight stays on for too long, there could be a third party in play here. You can see a team rotating over on the back side. That's going to be Marana that you just seen right in front of Pavas there. Nades coming through again. That's going to be a smoke bomber nade this time around, and he didn't land it the way he wanted to, which is not going to be good for Pavas. No info given. Kamikaze coming back through the revive flight. Kusin's using the SMRS to try and make something happen, and another nade is going to come down. Terrible nade, unfortunately. I don't think that's going to hit. Goes through the window, and nope. No hits. Pavas targeting the one remaining player on the other side of the road. Looks like his teammate's going to join him here. Wagner in a bad spot. Gonna instantly peek. Gonna take a bunch of damage here. 2v1 situation. Wagner's gonna need to do a big time play here. Big time player comes through. Takes down one. Benj now rotating across from the side of him. Shots are gonna go down onto him. He's gonna get knocked as well. 2 players left on the remaining Leap team. It looks like they're gonna get picked apart here by VPR. Only 1 player left alive. And it's gonna be JM. Rotating out. Didn't see where Baxar ended up, but we'll hop on board to him. He's still in the house, surprisingly, as Venge gets picked apart. Bolivia, still alive here. 2 players up for VPR. One of them could get killed by JM here, but he doesn't have a gun to kill him with. Don't take that shot, dumbass, or you'll die instantly. Rotating away, it looks like the players are getting their teammates back in the action, but JM's going to die here from this side. Not too sure who's shooting from on top of that hill, but it could be, yep, Bolivia. We've seen him there before. Not a good spot for JM to be in. And we'll hop on board to a different team, being 4 Kings Mean. These guys have some good loot. Already got loadouts. Hades being used, Jack 12 being used by Tom Peeps. Super Jeff has the Hades as well, and Narosa is rocking around with the Hades. Oh, this is going to be a quick wipe on this helicopter. Can they land the shots quick enough? Yes, they can. The players do get out of it, though, just in the nick of time. Narosa checking how many players are around him with the hacker. There's been debate on whether or not we should ban hacker in the tournament because it stops players from using their abilities, but we haven't placed the vote just yet, and it looks like 4K Renzi is going to be able to wipe a team. Oh my god, no! No! It's my favorite African team. No! Hopefully they got back the dog tags right there. I'm kind of praying on it. F9 last alive in the team again. And I don't think this is going to really help him out here. All of the teammates of that 4K team are right behind him. Will he be able to get inside of this without it killing him? I'm actually not too sure. This is an interesting maneuver from F9. The entire roster is dead. We can't see if he got any of the flag or the revive flight card, sorry. That's not good. 0 kills for the entire team. Akaza, Fright, Instinct, and Ranzu looking around for the last remaining opponent on that roster. I think he might get away with it here, ladies and gentlemen. They haven't found him. And for now, we're going to hand that one over to Guh, as he's able to get 2 knocks here instantly. Double kill comes through. And he's going to go up the mountain to see if he can find any more remaining players from this area of farm. Leap Jam is, of course, to his left, and then we got Viper right in front of him. Ooh, but don't let that distract you from the fact that F9 is actually taking a fight, and he is dead. That's going to be Chapo and the boys out of the competition. Chapo, arguably the king of Africa when it comes to mechanical gun skill in that region, has unfortunately been taken out of the competition for game number 3. Going now on over to Team 8. These guys entered the competition of Game 3 in first place, and I mean, they have no kills, so they've probably dropped off of that. Matter of fact, I can confirm they're not first place anymore, as 4 Kings have overtaken them by 1 singular point with their kills. Narosa at the front of the pack here. This is a third-party potential place for them to be in. The knock comes in from Jeff. Now I'm going to watch on Jeff's POV here as he is up in front. His teammates overtaking him now. It's going to be Guh. Entry fragger here. Looking for the third-party position. Stiller runs out the back of the house. Instant 100% accuracy play there from the main man himself. Gonna drop. Unfortunately, the 18-year-old has been knocked. It's been absolutely chaos since he turned 18 this year inside of the Battle Royale Pro esports scene. There was an era of BR esports before Guh turned 18, and then a new era started as he turned 18, ladies and gentlemen. And that would be the era of Filipino domination. Not to be confused with the game mode inside of multiplayer, but to just reference how dominant of a player Guh has been for 4 Kings Main since he was picked up. Now, they're going to be fighting one of the top teams here again. We're going to hop on board to Tom as he's got the Jack 12 in hand and a very rushy style of play. He's one of the only players in the world that can push off the Jack 12 rush rewind strat. Dare I say he might be the only player in the world that can do it. Spots loading right in front of him. The Jack 12 is going to be used here in just a moment. Bang, 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 bang. Oh! Wow, great shot from loading, but unfortunately, he's going to get revenge played here. Ican's still alive, and it looks like we've got 1 player right above him here. It's going to be Narosa. It's 2 players left alive for the team. This is not a good situation. Guh has been knocked as well. Narosa, last alive in the 4 Kings main roster. I'm sure his teammates are calling out to him exactly what they want him to do here. He just needs to stay alive for a little bit longer so his teammates can come back in the revive flight. He's making himself known, surprisingly enough. Snowboard not able to be used. Snowboard is banned in today's $10,000 finals. Ken, one of the best players from Persia, one of the best players from the entire world, still alive around him. Oh my god! Jeff comes back in the nick of time there, ladies and gentlemen, as they still have 8 eliminations and are alive, thanks to Narosa staying up for as long as he did. But We'll catch up with them in just a moment. I would go on top of that pillar right there if I was Jeff. It looks like that's going to be exactly what he does. He's going to need to get back his teammates through a revive flight, but I mean, you've got the best Middle Eastern / European team covering your tags. It's not looking too good for the main man of Four Kings. Moving down to Zenith Eternity. These guys have only got 2 kills so far. That is a bad team in front of them. No offense. It's a qualification team that dare I say, barely got into the finals. So that could be a good team for them to actually fight. When I say barely got into finals, they did pretty good. They're known as Extreme 6-7. And towards the end of their qualification day, they actually ended up dominating. So they're a little bit streaky. Because at the start of the day, they did quite poorly. But by the end, they were really good. So far, unfortunately, they haven't did well in this finals. And if I was Zenith Eternity, I wouldn't take the fight regardless, as there's multiple teams all around them. They may as well just stay indoors and play for placement. It seems like here in Game 3, players know that they can't rotate easily using the snowboard, so they're opting to go for early game rotations. If I pull up this map, you'll see what I'm talking about. Slayer's team, along with M7, and the team of Extreme 6-7, rotating early. On the other side of the zone, you can see Goats have rotated early as well, as they are also in the zone. And we're going to check out what's going to happen for them in just a moment here, as there is a team around them. Oh, wow. Patata versus Panchito. 2 players that people outside of Latin America get confused because they have such similar names. Of course, if you're from Latin America, you know each of those players. It's going to be a little LATAM on LATAM action. Don't know how Slayer killed himself there, but he must be dying so that he can get a different class ability. Magic opting to use the hacker here. Going to be able to make sure that the other team can't use any of their abilities. Panchito able to get a knock on the Patata. There we go. There's the best Papa player. Brotex goes down as well. Shots going down on the topo, but hold on a second. They're going to get this kill quite easily, I would assume. But don't let that distract you from the fact that the Middle Eastern boys from Persia are right beside them. They could come in here for the third party. Goat Magic throwing a nade through the tent. Oh my god. Hold on a second. Camo becomes last alive in the team. I can't believe Magic lost that fight. That was terrible. Either way, let's go and check Lowtex's team. I really do believe that Slayer killed himself to get a different ability, and then he gave the kill of himself to another team. This is a bad spot. He's going to get shot out of the air here. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Not only do we have Four Kings main, we have Four Kings Joker, M7, and Extreme 6-7 all around this team, along with MJ from Leap Unbound, and oh my god, Slayer's old teammates are now making their way into the zone. This place is packed with the best players in the world. Extreme 6-7, a team that we've seen qualify this week, are now taking a bunch of damage from loading and a bull boss. Shots coming through. They're able to get out of this situation for now, but I don't think they'll be able to survive for much longer as knocks are coming through. A bull boss can flex, and the boys are absolutely dismantling this LATAM team. See you later, Extreme 6-7. They don't want nothing to do with you, as they clean house easily. Now on the other side of the same zone, you can see Four Kings main going in for an aggressive push here. It's going to be good. Up and at him first. He's going to be trying to target Fund. Up for grabs his Lowtex as well. SKS? What in the strat of 2021 Ferg World Finalist Championship Tournament is this? An SKS? I haven't seen somebody use that in 5 years in the finals. But maybe Good can make something happen. Oh my god. I'll see you later, MJ. Oh, shot lands. Can he land the second? No, he can't. But MJ's going to die there nonetheless. And Good's going to get revived from Tom Peeps. The breakdancer has the movement in COD Mobile and also has the movement in real life. The next zone has, of course, been shown, and we're going to hop on board to a team that's further into the center. Necro has been knocked. A car has been grabbed. It's going to be the ORB with the brand new skin. They're going to use it to get down off that cliff. Hopefully it stays on the right side up. It does. So they're going to get a free rotation in with this car, and they're going to need to get ready to jump out of it. This zone is absolutely tiny. I mean, that house looks good in the zone, but now they're going to go and opt to fight Some of the best teams. Oh, this is a bad spot for them to be in. There is a tank for them to go into there. They need to use the smoke bomber to the advantage of themselves. But unfortunately, Slayer doesn't have it just yet. He's going to use the normal smokes to give them some cover support. Flex is also behind them here. That's his ex-teammate. Now they're going to go in for the third party. Not going to land any of the kills. And we'll hop back on board to see what Slayer has to offer here. Against 4 Kings main, nonetheless. 4 Kings main rotating in late game here. Able to pick off 2 players from M7. That's a great start to control this end game. We're 18 minutes into it. Matador has been knocked outside of the zone as well, and it looks like 4 Kings main are trying to get some easy eliminations outside of this zone, and Tom's able to pick up another one right there. Brings them up to 12 eliminations total. Narosa hacking the remaining players on and around them as Tom has been shot from across the map. Oh, dearie me. That's not going to be a good spot for him to be in. He may die outside of zone here. It's not hitting for too much just yet, but they're at the bottom of the zone, so they just shouldn't have too much to worry about for now. Slayer understands that he's going to get third-partied here, and unfortunately, I think this is going to be a terrible spot for him, Low-Techs, and Fun to be in, as they have no real option but to take this fight against the team on top of the mountain. Bang! SMRS straight to the face. Lovely jubbly from Slayer. Obviously, one of the best players in the world. Can he get Magma? Yes, he can! Slayer. Love to see that from him, and now they have the high ground position here. If his teammates could help him out, that would be absolutely phenomenal. Fun gets up, but Low-Techs is down a little bit further on the mountain, holding off 4 Kings main for now. Good, dying outside of the zone. 4 Kings main making it in late game here. They're going to opt to go to the position that Slayer's team just held moments ago, being Zenith Eternity. I don't think Slayer, Low-Techs, and Fun know what's about to happen here. They've turned around for now. Hades is in the hand, and it's looking like an SMRS is going to come through, not land it. Boom! Nice little rewind there from Tom Pips. Jeff is, of course, on the left-hand side. Great communication and chemistry here from the 4 Kings main roster. Of course, the zone's coming in. For now, it's held its position. Narosa dies to an SMRS of Slayer, and now they're going to opt to go further down and around to stay alive for as long as possible. 14 eliminations on the zone. Let's hop on board the Slayer's team here as they have the best spot for this final zone. 5 different teams, and the zone is no more, ladies and gentlemen. SMRS, bang! Able to hit the players from 4 Kings main here. Doesn't see any of them through the smoke because they've opted to drop normal smokes, not a smoke bomber. A lot of teams still alive right here. Slayer opting to try and make the push with his SMRS, not able to land the shot right there, and it looks like this is going to be a bad spot for them to be in, as there is a player right behind Jeff. He's able to take him down. Pavas taking him out. Tom, last remaining player from the 4 Kings main roster. Slayer in a little bit of a 1v1. Never mind, his team is right beside him. Bang! Right across the map. This is what we have wanted to see from Europe's best team. 9 eliminations on the board. This could go in the favor of Zenith Eternity to win game number 3. Fingers crossed if you're a European here that this actually happens. Tom Pip's still alive right now. This is a bad spot for him to be in. He could play spoiler to the European goats. And it looks like shots are going to come down to Low-Techs. Oh, he's able to take him down, but not for long. As Low-Techs, Fund, and Slayer are still alive. Low-Techs goes down now in a 1v2. Slayer, you've got a clutch in the main stage. Kust is still alive. Surely he lands some more shots. I'm not sure which way it's going to go. He does it! Slayer's able to take game number 3 with Zenith Eternity. An absolutely fantastic rotate into the zone. They were in between multiple different top 10 rosters. They came, they saw, they conquered. Let's pull up the kills and placement for game number 3. A fantastic Zenith Eternity win there. Also, a very good save from Tom Pips, able to last that long inside of game number 3. Good kills all around for those top 3 teams. Of course, Zenith Eternity are going to be able to get the most points out of anyone for that game with a solid 13 kill win. That's going to give them 28 total points in game number 3, which will, of course, over double their current score, bringing them up to around 48 points in the tournament so far. They're finding out a way to play better on higher MS, so good job to them. Viper, of course, again, they got saved by that rematch. You may have seen that game 3, the first time we played it, for whatever reason, Activision crashed the lobby when Viper were in dying straits. And now, game number 3 for Viper went their way. 13 place in a second place position, or 13 kills in a second place position. Holy. They're going to get 23 points for that game, which is also really good. They're going to be right behind Zenith Eternity, only 5 points behind, believe it or not. Then 4 Kings main, 14 kills, third place. That's going to give them 21 points. They're going to be up to 61 already. So these guys have been doing really well inside of the BRL July $10,000 finals. Interesting enough, I don't see GOATs anywhere. I literally don't see them in the top 12 teams here. Oh, never mind. Just spotted them. They're in at 4th place. They had an also great game. 9 kills in a 4th place finish. That is really good. That's going to give them 14 points out of that game, which will bring them up to 58 total. So right now, 4 Kings have just skirted their way into 1st place. The GOATs are right behind them. Then we've got teams like Zenith Eternity. We've got teams like Viper Esports in there as well. We haven't seen where GNR are just yet, but it looks like they finished 9th place. And they also got quite a decent amount of kills. Looks like they got 9 as well. So they're going to get, what, 11 points for that game too. But Zenith Eternity and Viper Esports have definitely passed those. So they're definitely going to fall probably into like the top 5. Depending on how Leap did that match, depending on how Enigma Legends did that match, which I can see they finished 6th, so they might actually get passed up by them as well. But a lot of the really good teams performed well. Basically, everyone in the top 10 did good that game. And so the leaderboard are actually going to be even closer than before, interestingly enough. Make sure, if you're watching this through one of the watch party streams, or you have any of these players that you haven't checked out yet, go follow them. Go subscribe to them. Maybe drop them a little gift, a little donation. I'm sure they would appreciate it. Either way, we're going to get the scores tallied up. Once again, shout out to Call of Duty Mobile for sponsoring the $10,000 prize pool for this tournament. Thankfully, I don't have to do it anymore. It was burning a hole in my bank account, let me tell you that. We'll go further down the list and you can see where everyone else placed, ladies and gentlemen, for all of your fan favorite teams. And of course, the teams that made it through the qualifiers. A lot of the qualification teams unfortunately dying early on, and oh dear, Remy, IMZone, and Tokyo, along with Eduardo, dying very early as well in 25th place. Damn, man. I really feel like they could come back and win one of these tournaments in the future if they could just lock it in. Either way, chat, we're getting it tallied up. Zenith did, of course, win game number 3. Congratulations to them. I'm seeing a lot of Zeniths in my TikTok chat. You're more than welcome to spam as much as you want with your current favorite team names. Don't worry about that. Unfortunately, we did get a reset for our first game number 3, but that was the official game number 3 after we rematched. For whatever reason, it lagged us all out of the game. I've never seen that before. Between me and you, I've just never seen it. So we decided to take the approach of just completely disbanding that game and rematching it. There was really nothing else we could do. Either way, we're going to get ready to get into game number 4, chat. Game number 4. Make sure to follow and subscribe to all the players and the watch parties. Also, help a brother hit 1 million on YouTube live stream, okay? Even though I'm not live streaming there right now, you know, go over to my live channel and help me. Help me, broski. I would appreciate it. Oh, a lot of 4 King spam coming through on the TikTok, and then over in the short form, we got a lot of Persia spam. YouTube long form, I'm not seeing enough spam on YouTube long form. What are you guys up to? What are you guys up to? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you are watching Ferg's beautiful commentary, so watch closely. All right, Amir, I appreciate the love. Appreciate the love on that. Slayer living up to his name? Absolutely. That was a phenomenal job from Slayer. And, of course, the entire Zenith Eternity team. We've seen a clutch from Lotex. We've seen a clutch from Slayer. Obviously, those guys are the most fierce duo that we've ever had in Europe. Basically, the most fierce duo that we've ever had in the West, which brings up an interesting topic, ladies and gentlemen, as I'm going to turn the game volume down to 0. I'm going to say this again. When it comes to the biggest primes, the best players of all times, all of that stuff is thrown out the window when it comes to 2026. Because over the past 6 months of the BRL, we've seen who really are the best players in the world. And these players have the best mechanical skill, the best chemistry and communication, and the best strategies. So what you're watching here, ladies and gentlemen, are the best players of all time. There have never been players as good as these players before. So of course, as the topic of discussion comes up, this player was better in this era, that player was better in that era. At the end of the day, It doesn't matter because the best players of all time are currently playing in these tournaments. As you sit around and wonder where some of your favorites are or where they went, the primes do not matter. My prime doesn't matter. These are the best Battle Royale players we've ever seen. Getting into it, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, is this bugged? No, we're actually back. There we go. A little bit of a bug at the start of that game, but we are back in the action, and I'm going to get the scoreboard updated for everyone watching at home. Don't you worry, chat. I like updating scoreboards. TikTok, you're going to get it first after my monologue finished right there. I think everyone with a brain will agree that the best players of all time currently play the game, as they have the best mechanical skill. A little bit of an early game fight here from Four Kings Man as I've updated the scoreboard. Lovely jubbly, straight off the bat, looking dominant. Able to take down NSG. Only one player remains on the side of that qualification team. No, no. No, 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 no. Please don't kill me, is what his team is thinking. But it looks like Four Kings Men are going to hunt him down, and oh, dearie me. That's going to be all she wrote for NSG. We'll move on from that, as we know that this kill is guaranteed. Probably by Jeff, I would assume. There it is. Clean 4-man wipe to start off game number 4. Of course, the leaderboards have been updated on your screen. Gut is inside of the game. I can see him right here, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like somebody has lagged out over there on the side of Leap. But as for now, we are good to go. We'll go down on to Goat, as they did pretty well after the first 2 games. Four Kings are at top of the leaderboard with 61 total points. Goats have 57. Zenith Eternity have 48 points. So they've actually risen quite far up that leaderboard right there. Then we've got Viper Esport in 4th place with 43 total points. GNR 5th place with 38 total points. Enigma Legend have 35 total points at 6th place. Further down that, we got Leap Unbound at 30 points. They did okay at the start of this tournament. They've kind of fallen off towards the middle ground of it. 4 Leetras are actually in here, 29 points. Then we got Joker, 27, and Azir are still in the top 7. Unfortunately for M7, they have been taken out of that top 10 position, and a lot of the other teams have moved up the rankings. Big shout out to Zenith Eternity and Viper Esports for making their way up quite significantly after last game. Well, good to them. Very well done. Checking out Chapo here. Is he in a little bit of a fight? Ooh, it looks like they've spotted players. Rezox has gone down, unfortunately, through the door. Chapo deciding if he wants to take this fight. It's going to be Marana right in front of them. SMRS goes down, not able to land it for now. This is going to be a tough fight for them to take, because it's going to be a 3v1. Ninja is around him as well. It's going to be a 4v1 situation for Chapo. We've seen him do big time plays before, but can he do a big time play right now? It's going to be a toxic situation for him to be in, as he really doesn't have any other way to rotate out of this situation. He can provide cover support though. F9, a player that we're not really too familiar with, right beside him. Shots need to go down. Nice accuracy there from F9. Could get the full kill onto him. Ooh, not able to do so. Trying to land the shots, able to get the knock. F9 is actually seeming to be a really good pickup for this team, but I just don't think a 1v4 is on the cards here whatsoever. There's just absolutely no way he could get a 1v4. Unless he becomes the best player in the world right here. F9 getting needed out of this situation. He knows the player's going down to get that revive. Doesn't hear him get it. Struggling. I think Wordie might kill him here instantly. Oh dear, not sure what that play was there. Gets a 1 pump. Can't believe what I'm witnessing right here. Another 1 pump? What the fuck is going on? Oh my god! F9! No plates! 1 pump in the entire lobby. Who is this guy? Able to drop his smoke bomber. Needs more plates though. This could be a 1v4 on the cards with a buy 15 if he's able to do it. Bang, lands another shot. Unfortunately for him, I don't think he's gonna get it, because they're gonna rotate away. Is this team scared? of F9. Rezox. Could possibly get his tag here as well, but at least he's got Father Ali for now. Oh, there we go. Another revive flipe's coming in. Oh, unfortunately, he's gonna die from the side. Damn. That was so unlucky. I would have loved to have seen a 1v4 right there, but Marana able to stay alive, get the kill onto him, and that team is gone. Well played from F9, though. A fairly unknown player making a very nice play. 4 eliminations from 4Kings main. We've seen them earlier. They haven't done too much since we checked them out. Clutching against NSG, taking them down without a single casualty. Going down the list, you can see 4Kings Overload also still in the action. We haven't heard anything from Holy Father just yet. We're actually curious if he will even be able to play today at all inside of the competition. He did give his spot to Winter just because his electricity is out, or his Wi-Fi. Not too sure which it is. But it is what it is. We still love Holy Father. A little substitution from Winter is A-okay. Haven't seen too much from Ivy today. 4 eliminations on their side as well. I believe they're actually outside of the top 10 situation. Entirely. Rebar as well, also still alive. Looks like the early game has went quite fast here in terms of taking teams down. There's only 19 remaining. Seems like the early game loses a lot of teams, and then that middle game, not very many teams actually end up fighting because they want to make it in late and go early rotation on the zone. Seeing a couple teams in the fight right now, though. We're going to hop on over to Instinct. It's a fight between them and Marana. Kaz is closer alongside onto West. He might die here, unfortunately. Taking a lot of damage. Oh, turns on him. Oh, dearie me, West. That wasn't looking too good for him. Ninja able to come through with a lovely angle onto Akaza and get that full kill. Now Instinct and Ranzu in a tough spot here. Ooh, Defender comes through, able to keep him alive. Instinct could have probably taken him down, but doesn't go for the play. Over on to Ninja. Ranzu got the high ground here, spamming the Hades as well. Not able to land enough shots to get the kill. Wordy and West back in the action through the revive. Airdrop has been delivered. Gonna be an interesting fight here if Ranzu's able to do anything. Toxic Overload comes into play. West has been spotted, but it looks like Ranzu's gonna take a bunch of damage and he slides to the wrong way. Instinct left as the last remaining player on the team. Not too sure if you'll be able to make it out of here alive, as Marana are looking like quite the formidable opponent, ladies and gentlemen. We'll hop on board with their angle. It's a 3v1 situation. Instinct has no tags. This is going to be 4K Joker. Right, has luckily came back through the revive flight, which is going to be nice, but Instinct in a bad spot here. Oh, Defender's been put down, and that's going to be all she wrote. Fright deciding he's going to go outside of the zone. He doesn't have a medic plate carrier as he's just landed in. While that was going on, it seems like Marab is in a little bit of a trouble here. Flexing. Rotating out of that situation entirely along with Winter. Good for them, staying alive for now. We'll check on what the goats have to say about this matter. Only 2 eliminations, but it looks like they're around Marana right now. Is that where they are on the map? Yeah, they would be. Marana's right above. Oh, actually, never mind. They're past Marana. They're on to the rivals here from Latin America, and it looks like M7 Claude is going for a 1v4? Claude, are you sure you want to do this? And they've got players below them too. I don't know about this, Claude. This is going to be a big time play if you can pull it off, but he's already taken too much damage, so he's going to rotate down and around. His teammate has came around him here as well. Andrew's going to opt to go up first here. Smoke Bomber has been placed. They're going for the high ground. It looks like they're in close to middle of the zone. Patata go up. Oh, Rotex and Jakari rotating away for now. They don't want to take that fight, which, to be honest, I wouldn't want to take that fight either. A bad fight to take. They rotate out of there, and they're going to stay alive. Slayer, on the other hand, is in a big-time fight here against Leap. GNR are also in here for a third party. Slayer dropping all of his guns. Don't understand what he's doing. Heads up, soldier. With that. It's time for a fire sale. Don't think they know that GNR are around them either. Well, they're chilling. I may have to hop on to Eduardo as he's the last remaining player on his team. ImZone, Remy, and Tokyo have been taken down. Not too sure who actually caused that. It might have been 4Kings main. We're not sure. We didn't get to see what happened there, but 4Kings main looking like the man of the sea here. Anytime that team pushes you, you're going to get a little bit scared about it. Same thing could be said from Viper. SMRS straight on over to his defender shield. Gonna hit it, but not get any damage. Bolivia opting to go into the car. They might actually push this. I wouldn't be surprised if Viper went for a push onto Four Kings main, but it looks like Four Kings main are going to rotate out of the situation. Tokyo from Four Kings Overload is going to come back in the revive flight. Good to see that. Leap lost one of their players here in team number 4. Not too good. Wonder how he got bugged out of the lobby. Oh my god. Kitten, thank you very much. Soy Javi, appreciate you, brother. Either way, Ken and the boys trying to make their way into zone. They've had a pretty disappointing tournament here from Persia and Europe. Once again, thank you, Sajavi, for the Leon Kitten, man. Make sure to gift over on the side of the watch parties or the players playing in it. I really appreciate it, but I think these guys deserve it more as they're the ones playing in the tournament. You can see Ivy finally getting some kills here. 11 kills this time around. We'll have to stay on board with them for now, ladies and gentlemen. This has been their best game of the tournament so far. They're based out of the Philippines. SMRS is across map to try and challenge Marana. Marana, of course, killing Father Ali and Chapo. The hearts of Africa inside of this tournament. I'm sure if you're African right now, you're going to want to see Ivy tech these guys down. Nades going over. Not sure if any of them will land, to be honest. SMRS as well on the high ground could do some damage, but I don't think Poison Ivy are really in a position where they want to go and push this team. They're going to need to get into the next zone, as it looks like Four Kings main are the only team with their whole roster inside of it. SMRS is going to go onto the car. Not sure if any of them hit. They are landing a bunch of Hades shot. Triple hit from Layla there. Remember, this guy's the MVP of the league for BRL in 2026. He's tied with the MVP top spot for Guh in their number 1 position. Guh, of course, having 2 kills this game. Pretty slow game for Four Kings main, but they do have a nice little spot in the zone besides Ski Town. That's probably why they're opting to go onto this cliff face to see if they can spot anyone from across the map. XPR's an interesting gun. Four Kings main always using different metas like the Jack 12 and now the XPR. Also, they actually are one of the teams that started the Hades meta. I can barely see this guy. If he lands a shot on this, that would be great. Not able to land a shot. A little bit inaccuracy. Of an inaccuracy coming through there from Guh. I'm gonna hop on over to Tom as he's closer to the opposing team. This is a team that we've seen fight a lot of different 4K teams in the past for this tournament, and they haven't had any success. They've actually got wiped by the 4K thirds team, being 4K Joker. Are you being serious, Tom? What the? Oh my god. Well, textbook rewind Jack 12 Tom Pips play. We don't see anyone else doing that inside of these competitions. Tom Pips is the only person that rushes with the rewind and Jack 12 to get a quick pick and rotate back. 8 eliminations now for the Four Kings main roster. As you can see, Leap are just below them. It looks like they've lost MJ in this game. He must have received some sort of bug at the start. Unfortunate situation for him to be in. They've got 8 eliminations. We'll have to see where they are in the zone. They're not in the next one, so they're going to need to rotate in. As we're going to go ahead and check out Slayer and Zenith Eternity. Slayer, able to take down one player here with a knock, using the Hades. A nade coming through. This could be a very interesting push on the side of Zenith Eternity. They were able to get a retaliation kill on Defund with the nade, but Slayer's still pushing up right towards them. Shots coming in. He's going to get third party from the side. Tempest 360, not going to land. Fright is beside Slayer here in that bridge. He has no idea that... Oh my god, Fright. Hey, yo. Love to see this little play right here. It looks like Slayer and Fright are thinking the same thing. Slayer trying to opt to go around the side. He's going to get knocked from west. And Marana are actually making a big case for themselves of why they're actually a solid team from the qualification stage. 11 eliminations so far inside of game number 4. Right, taking shots. Looks like Ninja's gonna get knocked. Oh my god, I just called them out and now they're getting eradicated. Right might be able to finish them off here. I'm gonna hop on board with him and see what kind of angle he's looking at. Oh, you could get a nice little easy kill right there. Oh, lovely jubbly from Fright. Great textbook play in not shooting as soon as you see a player. A little bit of trigger discipline. Unfortunately, he's dead. If he had a medic plate carrier there, he could have got into the zone. Eduardo also on the side of a different 4K team here. No kills on the board, just trying to stay alive. But as we go down the leaderboard, you can see Flex, Ken, and Loading still alive. 14 teams? Are we being serious? 14 teams in this zone? Okay, whatever. I mean, I understand there's no snowboards, but it looks like nobody's killing each other at this point. They're all just trying to stay alive. Wow, no snowboard is making this team have to cross map using only smokes. They have no cars in use. I can't believe it's actually worked for them. The goats getting into the zone with a masterful smoke play. Unfortunately, Panchito is going to go down, but I think they might be able to get him back in, no? Potentially, no. Oh, he got full killed, unfortunate, but at least they only lost one of their players. And now they're a center zone with 3 alive. This is a good position for the goats, who are currently ranked on the leaderboard at 2nd place. So it did take a casualty there to the 1st place team, being 4 Kings Main. Both of these teams playing phenomenally so far after the first 3 games. Up and now on over to Zenith Eternity. Remember, no team is allowed to use snowboard, which has really changed up the strategies that are being used here, especially when it comes to rotating players into the zone. Looks like Slayer's team are going to stay alive. Magic's team trying to get some picks off the people at the top of the zone. We head on over to 4 Kings Main here. You can see them with 12 eliminations, so this is a good early and mid game. Now we're into the late game. It's going to get a little bit more tricky. All 4 of them still alive. Zenith Eternity rotating through. There's a bunch of different houses able to be used here, so this is a good spot for them to be in as well. They are in the zone, middle of the zone. Eduardo's still inside of that little cubby area. Oh my god. Oh my god. You didn't need to hit him with that, Slayer, but that's exactly what you did, giving Lotex the ability to knock Yimbo. Goats right beside Zenith Eternity in this house. Somebody's using a goddamn tank! Oh my god! Leap slash. Hey, if somebody's got to do it, it's going to be him, ladies and gentlemen. Love to see it. With the snowboard not being in play, it means that the tank can actually be utilized, as people cannot just snowboard past the big shots that you get from this vehicle. Not able to land that one, unfortunately. I think Slash is probably going to die here in a minute. Inside of this, it's an interesting strategy, may I add. If he gets a single more kill out of this, I'm going to be very impressed. I'm actually rooting for him here, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, he's going to go for it. Oh, he is. He's going for it. Not able to land that one. Surely you kill Shadow right here. There we are. Lovely jubbly. Another one. Another. Oh, my God. Didn't need to do it to him, but he did it anyway. Slash, the only player so far to use a tank effectively. Oh, dear. FHJs are coming down now, and that's going to be all she wrote for that tank. There is a player around 4 Kings Main here. I don't think they realize that Rusty's right above them. He's proned on the roof of the 4 Kings roster, and this zone is literally the smallest zone. After this, there's no more zone. That's going to be all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of the big top teams are still alive here, like 4 Kings. We got Ivy. We got Zenith Eternity. We got the Goats still up as well, along with M7 and many more different teams. There's no more zone, and there's still 17 players left alive. I'm going to hop on the board with Lotex here, as there was 3 different teams holding the same house just moments ago, and now it's Viper in a 3v3 situation against Zenith Eternity. But don't let that distract you from the fact that the Goats were also in a fight right there against Leap. They're all going to go down, and Goats are staying alive for a little bit longer, opting to take a lovely little spot in the zone here. Oh, dearie me. Tom Pip's coming back with a Jack 12 rewind strat, I bet. Can he rewind back in time? Yes, he can. Rewind comes through. Not able to do enough damage to get a knock or a kill here. Hopping on over to Zenith Eternity. 5 teams still alive in this tiny zone. I don't see any team med stratting here. Claude's the only singular player left alive. Everyone else seemingly has 3 players up. It's a 3v3v3v3 v1. 4 Kings Main at the tippity top of the mountain. They've done this before in game number 1, and they're doing it again in game number 3. It's going to come down to the final moments here as we're getting in to the 21st minute. Claude finally going down. It's a 3v3v3v3. I think Four Kings mean have the best spot in the zone, but there's a lot of smokes coming down. Necro able to get the first knock of this final zone, collapsing in on it. Tempests are going down. It hit 14 different people with that Tempest. Four Kings have to come off the high ground as the zone's literally closing in on each other. Narosa able to pick up a 3-piece. Shots go down on the Go Ross Kid. He falls and goats are eliminated, letting Four Kings men take map number 4 in a decisive win. Unbelievable performance again from the Four Kings. Coming off that high ground late game, getting the picks while everyone else is partying themselves. I believe that's what we call excellent strategy, dominant mechanics, and of course, completely chaotic chemistry from Four Kings men to take home that game. Let's pull up the scoreboard, see how many kills they got. 20! Oh my god. 20 kills in a win? That's going to be 35 points. In one game? They're going to be up to, what is that, 96? 96 points? Oh my gosh. Somebody said buy down to the Kings. Okay, F9 is felon. Thanks for the update on that. Good job to Four Kings right there. I was going to call them the Goats, and then I realized that there's literally a team called the Goats. That's why I said go at the end of that game. Completely misread the situation. No clutch up from Ferg right there, ladies and gentlemen. 6 kills and a second place finish for Zenith Eternity. Not too bad for them. That's going to give them a solid 16 points for that game, and they're going to go up to, what is that, 64 total points. They'll be 32 behind Four Kings. The Goats, on the other hand, dying a little bit earlier, 7 kills as well. It looks like Four Kings extending their lead here. If I were to say it, anyone wants to take them down off the number 1 spot, they're gonna need to kill them early game. Because Four Kings get into the late game with not very many kills, and they end up winning all of the fights. So if you want to eradicate them, decimate them, annihilate them, it's gonna need to be in the early game rotation. It cannot be in that late game situation. As we go further down the list, you can see that even though they didn't have MJ, Leap actually performed very well there. 6th place with 8 total kills. M7 also doing not too bad in there with 5th place and a couple of kills as well. Ivy, a lot of eliminations in 7th place. So that's going to be 14 eliminations, the 2nd highest of any team in the lobby. 1st highest, of course, being the Four Kings. Going further down, you can see ENL doing a little bit better this time around again. ENL actually performing really well in this tournament. I'm glad to see it. They're one of my favorites to watch in the qualifiers that we do before we host the finals on the Saturday. You can see Loading, Flex, ICANN, and a Bull Balls really struggling with the high MS, unfortunately. They do finish 8th with a couple of kills. Rami, Eduardo, I'mZone, and Tokyo. I mean, there's not much to say there. They got 1 point for this game, so we can just move on from that. A big fat juicy donut from the entire team. Eduardo, at least he clutched 1 singular point by camping inside of that little room. GNR dying early on as well, along with Marab and his team. You can see further down the list some of your favorite players that may have performed a little bit worse than expected. Like, I guess, Chapo. I'd love to see a big thing out of him, but I want to talk a little bit about F9. He's known as a guy called Velon. Balon, or Felon. Felon. This guy, I think he's underrated. I think he's a big, underrated player. And with his movement and his strategy there, I really felt like he could have 1v4'd that situation. But unfortunately, a player came through the window with Ninja or some sort of class ability and was able to take him down. But if that didn't happen, I really felt like I was on his side to see a 1v4 situation occur. You can see NSG dying early. I know there's a lot of NSG lovers in the qualifiers. You're more than welcome to spam NSG, but I think your guys are going to be quite quiet now after that game. 0 kills. Big fat juicy donuts for all around for the boys of NSG. It's sad, but that's just the way it goes sometimes, ladies and gentlemen. Either way, that's going to be your scoreboards for game number 4. We're going to get the points tallied up. Then we'll put them on the screen as soon as we're ready to. Bad Dan, can you message Sarah and tell her to bring me up some coconut water? Either way, chat, we're going to get ready for game number 5. How many games are left? There are 3 games remaining. It's actually a little bit of a longer tournament this time around because we had a restart If you didn't see, game number 3 crashed for everyone. Something I've never seen before. Honestly, never seen it. But we had to restart that, so it's longer than usual. Apologies to everyone or anyone that has a tight schedule. Usually we like to allot about 3 hours. It usually lasts 3 to 3 hours, 15 minutes for one of these tournaments. But today it might be closer to like 3.5 to 4 hours. Apologies. Again, we usually like to run a tight ship, but it just is what it is. Sometimes you can't control everything to do with the tournament. But yes, when are we having an ad break, says Heavenly. You want ads? You want some ads on YouTube? I don't actually pick when the ads come up on YouTube. Apologies for that, but that's not me. It just kind of happens randomly. So it does. But yeah, we allow any region to play in the tournaments, any ethnicity to play in the tournaments. You guys know me. We let anyone in. Anyone and everyone. From anywhere and everywhere. A lot of bow down to the kings coming through onto the TikTok chat. I'm used to seeing that. TikTok, real quick, get us to 1 million likes. You know the vibes. All right, getting into game number 5. The leaderboards will be updated soon, but I'm getting a little update. It looks like Holy Father's having trouble with his Wi-Fi, so he hasn't been able to play today at all. MVPs after game number 3, which was the game before there. Super Jeff is number 1, Guz number 2, Ross Kids number 3, surprisingly, Neroza 4, Slayer 5, Pavas 6, Tom Pip 7th, Fund 8, Magic 9th, and Pachito 10th. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Game number 5 is now underway. Don't worry, I will update the scoreboard as soon as I am able to do so. It has just been sent my way as you spammed it in my TikTok chat. Holy. How about you spam something good in my TikTok chat, like Fergus Poggy? How about that? Yeah, matter of fact, yeah. Either way, game number 4 stats are over on YouTube. Don't worry, TikTok. I'm going to put them on your side as well. A little bit of an audio bug there while those guys landed in, but let's review the scoring here as I'm going to shift the focus onto Poison Ivy as they seem to be already in a fight. Wow, they wiped the team. I did not see what team they wiped. I have absolutely no idea what team Poison Ivy wiped right there. I have received coconut water. GG's. Thank you very much. That's more like it, TikTok. That is more like it. Did anyone hear the echo when my door opens? Did anyone hear that? When my door opens, it's instant echo. But when my door closed, it's instant scrum-diddly-umptious. W wife, yeah, W fiance indeed, chat. W fiance indeed. I'd love to see F9 do a little bit of work here. This guy is arguably one of my favorite players. Is he from Africa? Can somebody from Africa confirm the region where F9 is from? He might be my new favorite African player. You guys know I've been supporting Africa since the start. Also, chat, since there's a lot of you here, I just want to reiterate that I actually love Odenwire, and I don't have any beef with Odenwire, okay? I just want to let you know. The thing that happened there last year, I had no control over. I had no control over it. If it came to me, I would let him back in, but I can't. I can't let him play in any of the tournaments. It's not my decision. I know that a lot of you guys think that it was my decision. For that event, the first one, yes, but once it became a big viral thing, I couldn't do anything about it. There's really nothing I could have done about it. And that's why he hasn't been able to play in future events or in these events. Like, listen, do you really think I'd want to remove the biggest in Africa from tournaments? Of course I would. I'd love to have Odenwire, but it really isn't my decision. It's all love from me, though. Either way, going through the tournament leaderboard, you can see Four Kings have quite a decisive lead here. Goats are right behind them. They are, it looks to be about 27 points behind. I would say about 27 or so points behind. And then below that, you got Zenith Eternity, Viper Esports right behind them, and Enigma Legend, a qualification team, have made it in quite nicely there as well. Have made it in quite nicely. As you can see, Leap Venge is getting a kill as well. Let me take a little sip of my coconut water.
Toxic overload deployed.
Don't know if I like this as much. Oh, dearie me. It looks like Leaper getting absolutely bodied. by a team that came through the qualifiers just a couple of days ago. JM last alive down there. Wagner's last alive up top. Oh, there's no way Wagner wins this 1v4. I'm sorry, Wagner's a great player and all, but wait, hold on, hold that thought. Who's the most aggressive team in the game is coming in? The most aggressive team might save the day for Wagner. Wagner able to take down one here. Staying alive in the glitch spot. Love to see these spots get used on the main stage of a $10,000 competition. He can't get hit by the K9 unit either because they don't know where he is. Lovely spot from Wagner. Takes down one of the players, and now they're going to get third party from the side. Viper doesn't know that he's in there. Look, Viper getting kills onto Hypno. Hypno's now last alive on his team. This is a very interesting fight. Shots go down. Hypno also falls. Oh my god, Wagner really clutching it up. He does die in the end, but not before JM comes back into the action, and absolutely lovely there. Absolutely lovely play from Wagner. I really didn't think he was going to stay alive for as long as he did, but here we are, proving everyone wrong. Good job, Wagner. I didn't think we were going to see that much from you, but, you know, sometimes people just come out and they impress. Either way, chat, Mobina wanted me to play this clip.
You should say Dusetun Daram.
Dusetun Daram, Persia, chat. Indeed, Leocious. Let's hop on over to where Amy is. I think that he's seen someone. No, it just came up that he was shooting, even though he's not. Following on board to 4K main. Still nobody around them to kill them early game. Like I said before, if you want these guys not to win, you're going to need to fight them early game. Either way, we're going to go on to my favorite African team for now. We got Chapo, Father Ali, F9, and Rezox. Oh, here comes the fight. F9, my favorite player so far. Can he land the shot? No, not on that player. He's his teammate. Can't land a shot on Chapo. Oh my god! Oh, my favorite player from today so far has been eradicated out of this game. Luckily for him, he has a little self-revive, and he's back into the action. Rezox still hasn't been revived. Father Ali also getting knocked. Can he get up the stairs? Not too sure. Mirana playing this a little bit too slow. If they wanted to win this fight in a 4v4, they definitely should have rushed that when they had three of them knocked, but they haven't rushed quick enough. Chapo using the R9 here. Can he land a shot onto Bengolo? Oh dear, Chapo! That was terrible. He should have known he was coming up right there. Now it's all down to F9 to make a statement here along with Rezox. Oh my god, and Rezox, the Frenchman, makes a statement, but not before he gets pinged apart from the side. F9 has the one pump. Able to be used. Has just got a smoke bomber advantage here as well. Bad spot for him to be in. It's going to be like a 1v3 or a 1v4 here. I'm not sure if he has what it takes, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be a tough one. Tough sell indeed. Luckily gets the one pump here. F9. One of the favorite players of the day. An underrated player. An unknown player. Able to take down one. Getting his teammates back in the revive flight. These players are scared of F9. He's a phenomenal contestant. I would love to see him become one of the biggest players from his region. Able to get back his teammates into the action too. This guy's a one-man army. Knows that there's a player around him. Gonna get smoked off. Looks like West realizes that this guy has smoke bombers, so he wants to smoke him away. Oh, here comes his teammates. Now they have the advantage. F9 able to clutch it up when his teammates couldn't. I-15 one pump has really helped them out inside of this tournament so far. Love to see him get this final kill onto West, but I don't know if it's doable. There is another team coming in from the side here as well, and dare I say, did West get back one of his teammates too? Oh dear. It looks like this fight has been officially reset, as Rezox is now fighting West on top of the house. West rotating around the back, does get tagged a couple more times, not cracked though. All four of the remaining players are back for Chapo's team. West trying to rotate over to Pingolo and Wordy. That's going to be Team Mirana that they're fighting. Chapo, F9, Rezox, and Father Ali. Don't let that distract you from the fact that NSG is coming in for the third party along the side of this glorious African mixed region roster. Let's see what F9 has to say about that, as cluster bombs are being thrown through the windows. They're probably communicating here about what they want to do, but we have no idea what they're saying. All four of them are still alive. This is an awkward fight. If we pull up the map, you can see that they're not in the next zone. So they're going to need to figure this out as soon as possible. For now, however, we're going to hop on board to Slayer and Zenith Eternity. They're currently very high on the leaderboards. At third place, they are quite far behind Four Kings Mean, though, who actually have 0 points in this game. Oh, dear. Oh, Tom. Oh, Tom. Right beside Slayer. Slayer able to get the loadout right now, and it looks like Tom's going to check if he left anything in it. He doesn't actually know. Oh, another oh dear moment again for Four Kings Overload. They just died by being blown up in another car. That's the second time we've seen them do this today. SMRS across the map. Don't know if that landed. It actually might have landed. Not too sure there. Slayer. A highly accurate player. If he lands this shot, I mean, everyone needs to quit the game. Either way, we'll hop on over to Go. Still not taking any fights. Slayer's team have center zone in the best position of the zone, but we'll have to see if it goes center or if it changes to go right or left. While we were checking that out, F9 again. Last remaining player on his team. I need to get this guy a better team, chat. I need to see what this guy is capable of when he has teammates like the 4K main roster, because he is unbelievably underrated. And I don't think he's going to be able to do much here, as it's another 1v4 situation. He's done it so many times in the past, but my god, why is it always him? You may have seen the quotes on TikTok or on the static Instagram shots of why always me. That is what F9 is thinking in this situation. Mirana and NSG both pushing in at the exact same time. Looks like Ninja's going to go down there. Not sure if that was the last Moranan player. It could have been. It looks like it was. The last Morana player has been eliminated. NSG have their whole roster alive here. F9 does have medic plate carrier, but there is no medic class ability to use. Oh, he's going to get out of there. I have been given an update that F9 is from Nigeria, and he may replace the other Nigerians as being my favorite Nigerian player. Able to get his tags back again. It always comes down to him yet again and again and again. We need to get this guy a solid team. If there was a team of F9s, I really think they could win a tournament. If it was just a team of F9s with that kind of mechanical gun skill. Either way, we'll move on over to M7. As they find Yimbo up the tippity top of this house. Matador wants to make the play here. There is 2 players up there. Hades in hand, able to take down Yimbo. Now going for the 1v2, able to take down the second guy with team support. These guys looking real good in the tournament. They were actually on the top 10 earlier, and now they've moved into 9th place. Little update on the MVPs for this tournament. Guh is currently your tournament MVP. After the 4 games, this is game number 5. Shot's gonna go down onto Garut. That's the player from the Middle East. Oh my god, get turned on. I think you might need to retire after that one. M7, Claude's still alive here. It's gonna be a 4v2 situation. Claude does have the Jack 12. He could make something work here. Nagdi has the Hades. No close range gun though. Oh dear, he's moved away at the exact most worst time. This is a good watch though. 96 a shot on the Jack 12 for the crack. Gonna move down and around. Might be able to get a nice big play here. Ooh, rewinds up again. Using the Tom Pitt strat. Nagdi able to take down 1. Claude protecting him here. 2 more players go up the stairs. Not gonna be a good fight for them to take. Nagdi gets knocked. Now Claude probably gonna go down here. He does have, ooh, an ability, but unfortunately goes and falls. M7, last remaining player is Andrew. He's coming back in the revive flight. Not looking like their game here, ladies and gentlemen. As we're gonna hop on to Ranzu. Just picked up a kill himself. His entire team is dead. From 4K Joker. All gone. Thank you for the follows, everyone. Appreciate it. And the subscribes. Ranzu spotted Chapo. Oh, dearie me, Ranzu. F9's the other way. Oh, God. I don't know who I'd rather go against. Chapo or F9. I'm not sure. I'd rather just leave the game, to be honest. Puts down the Toxic Overload. That's not going to be enough. Oh, God. F9 able to take him down nice and quickly. Blowing up the car so he doesn't get blown up himself. NSG are around him here, ladies and gentlemen, so they may be able to come in and third party him. They don't really have good loot here. The boys of team number 7. So I don't know if they'll be able to win this. They're called top 7. I don't know why they called them that. Maybe they're aiming for top 7 on the leaderboards or something. Not too sure. Finally, F9. My favorite Nigerian player has picked up a loadout weapon as Rezox is holding his back with the Hades. Lovely jubbly. Good job, Rezox. You able to pick apart that player after he got knocked? A little bit of help from a different team. Third party comes through and really helping out the boys from Africa and France. 12 eliminations here for the Middle Eastern European hybrid roster. Those guys feature players from Persia, along with Europe. They are known as the 4 Litras. And if you look at the scoreboard there, they are actually 8th. This is a good game from them, so they might actually go up the scoreboard. A lot of the biggest time teams are on that top 10. Looks like Viper right beside him. Oh, dearie, that's not a fight you want to take with a sniper. You're going to need to use the Hades for that one. We're a little bit too close for comfort, as it should turn into a rotation away from this position. I wouldn't take that fight if I was either of those teams. Hopping back on board with F9. We'll see where they are in the zone. Lovely zone rotation here, but what has 4 Kings Mean been up to this whole time? They've only got 3 eliminations this game. The only way they could save this for a solid game 5 is if they get a bunch of placement points. Shots go down, able to land a lot on Zalata. Jeff is going to be able to pick them apart there at the end with the SMRS straight to dome. And now this should be an easy cleanup. We're the biggest cleanup crew in COD. Somebody check Guz's device, because if I didn't know better, that was an unbelievable hacking quickscope. Rose text time flexing. Oh my god, Guz actually generationally good at this game, bro. Like, he's so good. Like, everything he does looks like he's cheating, bro. He's just that guy, bro. He really is just that guy. Oh my god. Like, he just quickscopes people across the map with any gun right now. What the hell? Either way, all 4 of them still alive for now. They have zone again! Oh my god, they have zone again! Wow, they got lucky with zone that time, might I add. Oh my gosh, maybe they know something about zone rotation that we don't. That's unbelievable. They only have 3 eliminations on the board, though. They need to do a little bit better than that. Going on to the side of top 7. We want to see big things out of my boy F9. Bro, I swear to god, this guy just sits and waits till his teammates die, gets a bunch of kills, aura farms, and then revives them. Like, that's his strat. Look at them. Look at them all around him. Oh, this is a bad spot for them to be in. Oh, I don't like this spot for my African brothers. Oh, no, this is bad. They're going to need to do a big time play here. It's going to need to be from F9. He does have a custom buy 15. Oh, this is not good. He's missing shots too. I think it's going to be all over for the broski. I don't really see much of a way he could clutch this. No smoke bomber is able to be used here. I-15 gonna miss a bunch of shots as well. And a Tempest. Oh my god, he's 1 HP. Please help me, please. No! It is what it is. Chappa, last remaining player, still up and at him from this team. Ooh, never mind. I can see Rezox in the action too, but looks like Chappa's gonna fall as well. So we'll hop on board to Zenith Eternity, who's actually placed not too far away from 4 Kings Main. If they really wanted to play spoiler here, they could take them down. Nice shot across the map there from Gut again with the XPR. Once more, 4 Kings Main opting to go and use different meta loadouts compared to everyone else in the game. Zenith are turning in a little bit of a fight here above them to the left. Then above them to the right, they got 4 Kings Main, SMRS across the map. I wonder, do they know who that is over there? If they did, I'm sure they would push them and try and take them down. Shots coming through over onto the other side, though. SMRS should be able to confirm one. Never mind, Necro confirms it. Love to see that. Zenith Eternity making some big-time plays here, going for the push. Looks like 4 Kings don't have the next zone either as we hop on board with them. Slayer gets the kill on Distiller. They're now up to 8 eliminations, but don't let that distract you from the fact that Gus still has that goddamn XPR in his hand. And now that they've knocked them, they will know which team is which. So they'll understand that that's 4 Kings across the way from them, and 4 Kings will know that that's Zenith Eternity. Nades could get flown here. Go out in the open. This is an interesting play. This might decide who wins the game here, and the nades are coming through. The spam is in. Go is being hyper aggressive. when he doesn't need to be. It could come back to bite him, or it could be an ultimate clutch. Four Kings now backing him up here with this aggressive play. This is an unbelievable rush here from Four Kings on the main stage, but can Slayer and the boys defend this push? I'm not sure. We'll hop on board with Slayer's POV here. They're pushing over onto that right-hand side. Shots are going to go down. Can they do anything against Four Kings? I'm not sure. All of them are stuck outside of the zone. Four Kings are holding them really well. Lotex has died outside of the zone. And now, still spamming that XPR. We're going to hop on board with his POV. They don't have the end game zone middle, but everyone's dying outside of it. And now I think Four Kings have this in the bag. There's absolutely no way they lose this. Teams are all around them, but they have such a nice position in here. Jeff takes down 2 from the Latin American roster. And now it's really just all down to Slayer and Zenith Eternity to make something happen. And it's a 4v4 situation, but with the nades coming through, I think that Slayer's team are going to get eradicated here. Lotex is still knocked outside of the zone. They do have a divot to use, but this is not looking good. A clean 4v4 would be absolutely scrumptious to see. Tom Pips does love to use that rewind Jack 12 strat. If these guys had any kind of needs, they would kill them. Oh my god! Right as I said, I've predicted the future so many times today. The needs are coming through. Oh, it's gonna go in the way of Slayer's team for once this year. Slayer's team 4v4 in a clean wipe. Four Kings main with a phenomenal end game performance. I thought for sure Four Kings could have taken them down, but they thought about what I said before I said it. They realized they were all behind that defender, and they won 3 nades straight at it, able to get down the MVP guh. And after that, it was all over, turning a 4v4 into a 4v3. Tom Pips was left out in the open, easy kill, and then it was all done with Slayer able to get a couple in there towards the end. Let's pull up that leaderboard. Well played to Team Zenith. Taking down the MVP team. Not only the MVP player, but I mean, they got 4 of the top 10 MVP statistical players inside of their team, and they just got rocked by, I guess, the only other team that could do something like that, which would be Zenith Eternity. Able to get 28 points in game number 5. That is going to bring them up to 92 total. But unfortunately for them, Four Kings did get points that game. They got 16 total points. So 92, 112. So they're going to be 20 points ahead of second place still. Four Kings in the lead, marginally. If Four Kings die early in any of these games, they will not finish number 1 in this tournament. It's the closest it's been in many months. Dare I say the closest it's been cross-regionally all year. You can see the GOATs also finishing really good. It really seems like this is the most competitive that we've had in a tournament in quite some time. The top 3 teams all finished top 3. The top 3 teams are all from different regions. We've got Europe, a full European team, the only full European team in the finals, are second place in the competition, and they finished first place in that game. Four Kings main, the most famous COD Mobile Battle Royale team on the planet. They're in the top 3. They finished second that game. They're first in the leaderboards. GOATs, also the number 1 LATAM team, finished third place. They're in the top 3. They're third place in the leaderboards. These 3 teams, head and shoulders ahead of the competition, ladies and gentlemen. Head and shoulders ahead of the competition. Going down the list, you can see Team 11 got 23 kills that game. It's an unbelievable amount of kills. Wow, okay, yeah, they finished 6th place. That's going to be Poison Ivy. Wow, I did not expect that from Poison Ivy. I suppose they did do good at the start of the game, which we did see, but we didn't get to catch up with them too much towards the end. Either way, great game from them. That might actually skyrocket them up the leaderboards, considering they were 10th going into that game. This leaderboard's actually very close, and then the top 2 are kind of pulling ahead of it for now. And then you include GOATs in on that mix. It's going to be a close finish for those top 3 teams. We'll have to see where Viper actually ended off in that game, if they got any kills that time around, but it looks like they died early, only able to secure themselves 7 kills, so they're going to go down the leaderboard, unfortunately, in terms of point gap between the top 3. And like I said just moments ago, the top 3 different regions, 3 entirely different playstyles, 3 different languages, We got Spanish, Tagalog, and English in those top 3. This is arguably one of my favorite tournaments in quite some time. Artico, thanks very much, brother. Yeah, this is one of my favorites in quite some time. Going into that game, Go was the number 1 MVP. Super Jeff is 2. Tom Pitts is 3. Pavas is 4th. Narosa is 5th. Slayer is 6th. Rothkid is 7th. Fund is 8th. Neck Row is 9th. And Magic is 10th. So, wow. That is interesting, man. We haven't seen something like this in quite some time, ladies and gentlemen. In quite some time. Either way, we're going to get this score tallied up for you guys for game number 5. Remember, we only have 2 games left. It could go either way. Over the last couple of tournaments, it's really been a battle of the Philippines. And coming into today, I didn't think 4K had what it takes to win, to be dominant, to go back to back to back. You know, maybe I was just a hater. Maybe I didn't understand the level at which the Four Kings team operates at. Because they have definitely proved me wrong. It seems like they don't need the snowboard to perform well inside of these tournaments. They are just goated, no matter what. Either way, the scoreboard has been sent over, chat, and I'm going to update it over on your screen in just a moment, scrumptiouses. Heading over to TikTok first. I'll put it on your screens. There you go. This is after game number 5. We're going into game number 6 here, ladies and gentlemen. Game number 6.
Get ready.
There's about a 20-point difference between team 1 and 2. We've got a 4-point difference between 2 and 3. An 18-point difference between 3 and 4. And then a 14-point difference between 4 and 5. This is awesome. This is really awesome. We've got a Filipino team, a European team, a Latam team, followed by another Latam team, and then a Middle Eastern team. We've got all of the top regions in the top 5 right now. That hasn't happened in God knows how long. It's been forever since that has happened. Forever. Let's do it, chat. Getting into game number 5. Seems like a couple of teams are going to land on the platform. Obviously, no audio while they land down, but here they go. Ooh, Instinct able to get a kill straight off the bat. It's going to be against Leap. Oh, dearie me. Akaza also able to pick off one of them. Seems as though Instinct's going to go for Backzar. There was 3 teams landed on that platform. Backzar. He just knows he's going to die no matter what. Unfortunate situation for him to be in. It is what it is at the end of the day. Now Instinct going back onto the platform. They've lost 2 players as well. Tough spot for them to be in. 3 teams landing on the same platform is crazy. Zenith. They've went somewhere different this time around. Interesting. They're going over towards Sakura. Looks like they got some cars and are just going to go into the zone. Definitely not something we're used to seeing. Feel free to spam your country's flag in the chat of whatever country you want to see win or whatever team name you want to see win. You're more than welcome to do that. Four Kings men are a little bit all over the show this time around as Mirana has seemingly spotted them in Sanitarium. That's not good. Oh, that's not good. Taking some damage, but they're not going to get the knock on any of them. Staying alive for now. Thankfully getting through that situation. Love to see it. Let's go on and check the goats. These are my favorite Latin Americans. And they're also landing in an odd spot as well. Interesting. I don't think I've ever seen them land on the soccer field before, but maybe they're changing things up this time around. Viper, on the other hand, they just love rushing. They land Black Market pretty much every single game. I did tell you guys about Rebar before. They were landing here and then instantly pushing Radar base because they seen him land there in previous tournaments. Oh, that guy's definitely dead. Is he gonna... Oh, wow. Okay. I was about to check if he was gonna execute him, but he didn't. He just knifed him. Unfortunate, bro, but it just got mogged. They're chasing down this last remaining player, I believe, and it's not looking too good for him. He's trying to use movement to get out of the situation. Nice movement, nonetheless. Able to get out for as long as he really can, but, I mean, there's not much more you can do here, Exotic. We will have to see you later. He actually got through the qualifiers, I believe, and now he is eliminated. See you later. 5 eliminations to start off this game. Viper Esports looking real good. Looking real good. Oh, hey, Mr. Thank You. What's up, brother? Oh my god! I did not know what that was. It didn't come up on my screen. Oh my god. 15,000. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate that. It didn't come up on my screen. I didn't get a noise for it. I got no noise for it, bro. That's great. Thank you very much, man. All right, M790. In a little bit of a fight here, we're going to have to hop on board with him. They're over downside towards Harbor. And I'm not sure who they were fighting, but it looks like they got back their teammates in a revive flight. Ooh, we've spotted one of them. Ah, this is the team that came through the qualification stage. This would be Extreme 6-7. Ooh, he baited that player out. He's going to get his teammate back through a revive flight, possibly. Ooh, he also had the rewind. So now Claude's waiting for him up here with the rewinded play. Not too good for him. NSG always seem to be in these odd places. Like, look where they are. Like, what is going on here? They're always, like, near another team in a third-party situation. This whole tournament has been like this. And sometimes it's not really going their way. I think they need to clutch up on the main stage, chat. What do you think? Either way. Ooh, Claude's being knocked. That's actually really good, because they can apply some pressure here onto the boys. Andrew's down below. Matador's going to be able to revive Claude for now. Nagby also still alive as well. And it looks like Extreme 6-7 are going to be able to make a recovery. As we're going to hop on board to the 4K Joker team. And they're going to be going against Leap, the Leap Unbound roster, which features MJ, one of the MVP caliber performers.
Airdrop has been delivered.
Right. Just camping it out. Kaza also not taking any fights. So these guys are looking like they're just going to stay alive for as long as they can. And a third party's coming as well. Stiller taking a lot of damage here. Did get cracked. This nade might kill him. Bang! The nade comes through. But unfortunately, a third party from behind is going to take him down. These players better wish that F9 can come through and clutch this up right now. Arguably the best player on the team. Not going to be able to do anything here. Trade comes through as well. Father LE able to take down one. Now getting shot from the side. Not a good spot for him to be in. Looks like the players were able to get the revives off. Stiller gonna die finally, though, to that nade. As he does not have a self-revive. Lovely jubbly from Rezox, the Frenchman. Able to make it work on the main stage. Unfortunately for MJ Leap, the third party has came in from behind. That's going to be a team that qualified in our previous sessions for the $10,000 tournament. Of course, this is the final. These teams are qualification teams. Ooh, Leap. MJ has got away from now. I don't know how long he can stay alive here. He stayed alive for enough, though. Enough time. He got his teammate back into the action. Magma's trying to find him right here, but he's staying alive. Good job to MJ, definitely. Like I said before, an MVP caliber player. He's performed very well. Oh, that's not good. Oh, through the wall. Unfortunately, all he can do now is cry about it. As Rezox is going to go around the side and kill him. The best player from France making another statement. Oh my god! We just got to see that, ladies and gentlemen. Stiller was just executed as the last remaining player on his team. So his entire roster just seen him get executed on the main stage. Oh dear, this is so sad, chat. This is so sad. Let's hop on to Father Alley here as he's able to take down Magma. Two of those players are now knocked, Magma and Slith. One player remains just moments away. It's going to be Hypno. I don't think he's going to be able to take that fight, so he might just rotate away. This dual mixed region team from Africa and Europe are looking real good here. Love to see that. 7 eliminations on the board. Love it. We did update that scoreboard, and I don't think they're on it anymore, unfortunately. This is game number 6, ladies and gentlemen. Game number 6. And we're going to hop on over to Guz. He's just picked apart a couple of players from this team. Matador obviously being from Persia, and the rest of the roster, I believe it's from Europe. 1 elimination from 4 Kings. There comes the second. Matador is down. Obviously, they've performed well in the competition, being the #1 team. But last game, I think their lack of kills hurted their performance a little bit. Plus, the fact they didn't win it. surprisingly. I thought they were going to do it, clutch it up on the main stage, but that was not the case. Claude has been spotted here. I don't think he's going to be able to do this, man. Oh no, Claude. I'll see you later, bro. You tried your best, but at the end of the day, it's night. And Four Kings always bite. That will be them eradicated. Also, at the same time, Leap go down. Team number 4 are out of the game. We'll have to check out Poison Ivy. We haven't checked them for pretty much the entire tournament much. As soon as we go on to them, they're getting kills. 6 eliminations on the board. They were able to go up the leaderboard as well. Tied for that 5th place position. They will be the 2nd team in the top 5 if they're able to do so. The only Filipino team really doing well today without those snowboards is, of course, the best Filipino team, which is Four Kings main. 7 eliminations here, though, for Poison Ivy. They're up there at the top 3. I would consider Poison Ivy a top 3 Filipino team. In and around Leap Unbound. Oh, tangos have been spotted. It's Marana right above them. Ninja? Ninja, really? He's gonna land on them? Oh my god, this is highly aggressive. I'm not used to seeing this from a player like Ninja. Let's hop on board and see what he has to offer. Turns on Dre? Oh, dearie me, Dre. You need to go to the frickin' funeral of yourself. That was embarrassing. Doesn't matter though, as Layla comes in, and Layla gets knocked. This is gonna be a picked apart 4v4 here, if they're able to do it. West goes down, Pangolo last alive. Oh, Ivy might be able to do this. Might be able to clutch in the main stage. Layla's one shot outside his zone. Dies in the zone, and Marana are eliminated. They came down, guns blazing, and unfortunately, they got decimated. See you later, alligator. TikTok bug? What kind of TikTok bug? I see you guys say it. Oh, it's just hard sometimes to cast since I'm the only caster. I don't get enough oxygen, so I need to yawn to bring in more air. That's all it is. It's not that I'm tired or anything. It's just I have to speak so much. And a yawn is just an automatic reaction to when your body has not enough oxygen. So I need to yawn to take in air. Because I'm speaking so much. Reminds me of that time where my lips turned blue. Oh, the OG days, chat. Only the OGs remember that. Four Kings me and staying alive here. 3 eliminations on the board as we get into the mid-game now. The next zone's collapsing in on itself, and then we'll be able to see where the end game is probably going to take place. Looking real good. It looks, unfortunately, as though Poison Ivy are taking a lot of casualties outside the zone, along with M7. Nagdi being a player from North Africa. He's going to die outside the zone this time. I don't know if they're going to be able to get him back into it. We'll have to wait and see. NSG somehow still alive while all this is going down. Four Kings main are right beside them, though. And they have rotated nicely here. Along with Marab, right below them. There's a lot of different teams in this area. Big time players could make big time plays here. Going inside of it. They're all chilling inside the football field. What is this? The World Cup is over, guys. The World Cup is over. NSG taking things a little bit more seriously over here, but my God. Let's see where the next zone goes. It looks like Four Kings chose the opposite direction, and they do not have central zone, so this could be a tough end game for the Kings. And this may allow Slayer and the boys to close the gap, but they're going to need more kills than what they have here. And Slayers, along with Lotex Fund and Necro, are actually playing extremely passive. Extremely passive here. A couple of people want me to check I'm Zone out. Guys. Guys. What is this, guys? Are we sure about this? Are we sure about this play? Oh my God, if he lands this snipe, I'm Zone's the clip. Oh my, come on, I'm Zone. Bro. Oh my, you're not even aiming for him. You need to lead your shots, bro. Oh my God, that SMRS almost killed the bro. They're getting third party by Four Kings main, bro. Oh! That was almost an insane shot, but unfortunately Broski got cooked. Ain't no way, bruh. Hey, they must know that it's 4Kings, me and Nye. They must know that they do not want to fight that team. Hello, I'm Zone. I can't see this guy. I'm Zone, what are you shooting at? I'm Zone, check his hard drive, check his device. Somebody, please, check his phone, check his tablet, check his iPad. Oh, hey! What the hell, chat? Huh? Somebody check his hard drive. Anyway. Hey, man. Having no snowboard changes things, okay? We're seeing people camp on wind turbines. We're seeing people camp in one-person hut rooms with their team. We're seeing people now using tanks. Oh, Sigma. Oh, this is not going to be a Sigma play for you, bro. If you go into that building, you are cooked. Oh, no. Ranzu, please do something to him. Tickle him. Not going to happen. I don't mind that strategy, you know. 4Kings, me and 9, a little bit of a fight against GNR. Tom's over on that left-hand side, and it looks like they're going to get picked apart from behind. The question is, will 4K Overload attack 4Kings main from the side? Will they do it? Oh, they're going for it. Oh my god, I'mZone's going for it. He wants to take them down here. Oh my god, I'mZone. This would be undoubtedly one of the craziest plays of the tournament if he attacked 4Kings main in the end game of game 6 when 4Kings main are at the top of the leaderboard. That would be something for the ages. He is playing highly aggressive in this position as his teammates are very far back. If he dies here, he will not be able to get back into the zone. There's absolutely no way he'll make a comeback. Keep in mind, they are in and amongst a lot of different teams. Able to get a couple of knocks there. I'mZone rotating around from the side here. He might be able to take down a couple of 4K players. Oh no, this is not looking good. This is cannibalism of the squad. This is cannibalism of the clan. He's going to rotate over to the right instead. Doesn't want to take that fight. Runs away onto the right-hand side, and that leaves 4Kings main with a little bit more room. Make it into the end game. Again, only on 4 kills. Slayer and the boys are still alive, so we'll hop on board with their POV. Bang! Right across the map onto Matador. Fingers crossed that he can get that kill onto him. There is a lot of players over here. This would be a phenomenal situation if they were able to grab those kills, but they weren't able to do so, and the kill was stolen. That's very, very unlucky. I just heard a tank bit get shot, so I guarantee you that Ranzu's rotating around the map like a goofy goober here. Oh, no, it's not Ranzu. Who was on the tank? Oh, it was Ranzu. Of course it was Ranzu, bro. Who else would it be? Who else would it be, broski? Poison Ivy's been spotted there from Low-Tex and the boys as well. These guys only have 7 kills. It's not going to be enough to catch up to 4Kings main. They need to get more kills and a first place finish to close that gap in game number 6. 4Kings main still have a solid rotation area to go through. Is there anyone up on that turbine? There is an NSG player. Hello, Flix, one of the biggest content creators in NSG. Actually, the biggest. Don't know what he's up to right here. Ranzu leading the way with his tank. Viper are rotating behind. Oh my god! Oh my god, they rotated away with the tank. That's unbelievable. Oh no! Ranzu got knocked! No! The tank strat unfortunately did not work on the main stage, ladies and gentlemen. And Ranzu, along with his teammate, have been decimated. It is an RIP performance. It looks like Father Ali's trying to make it into the zone as well. Bro, they had 12 kills this game. Good job to them, man. But I don't think things are looking really good for them. So we'll hop on over to Low-Tex as he's picking apart players as well. Ooh, a lot of knocks coming in. Slayer, please don't die like this. You can't stay out in the open like that for too long. A bunch of Tempest shots being shot across the map. Necro able to pick up another one right here. They're going to be fighting their OGX teammates. Slayer, able to take down Loading. Now, in a 2v4 scenario, Flex and a Bullboz, last remaining players in the team. Slayer able to take down his ex-teammate Loading. Necro's unfortunately going to get shot from the side, and that's going to be a Bullboz taking him down, but he gets third party from a Tempest as well, and now Slayer and his roster need to stay alive here. Boom, able to take down the player opposing them. They've only got 3 remaining. Necro is full killed, unfortunately. Flex playing spoiler here. Remember, 4Kings still have their entire roster alive. If 4Kings win this game, they're going to extend the lead. which would not be good for Zenith. Lovely. Now, the only man that can play spoiler right here would be Flix, and yeah, I don't think Flix is going to be playing anything after this game, looking at this. Along with Viper, it seems to be the same teams making it into the end game every single time. This is really a first for us, where we're seeing the top teams consistently get in the top 5. The only team that is not in the top 5 right now that is a top team would be Goats. I think Goats died a little bit early this game, so they're probably going to fall down the leaderboard and possibly not have the ability to win this tournament.
The safe zone is collapsing.
Fortunately for Zenith, they do have zone advantage here. Unfortunately for Four Kings, they are right beside Viper. Getting pushed out of the zone here. If Viper were smart, they would go for the Four Kings and not get third party. Slayer able to take 2 of them down. Will the kills come their way? No! Four Kings steals all of the kills, and they may steal the game here, ladies and gentlemen, as they are using the loadout box for cover. Slayer has the zone on the tippity top. This is an absolutely phenomenal spot for them to be in. The third party's coming in from the side as well as Father Ali shoots them. Oh, he's not going to take any third-party peek here. He spots Guh. Guh, you could kill him right here, Father Ali. You could take him down, but he's playing for positioning instead of playing for the kill. This is an unbelievably gifted play. The kills will come, but so will the placement points is what Father Ali's thinking in this scenario. Slayer goes down right there, able to take him apart. And now with only a player remaining in the zone, Jeff has absolutely nothing he can do here. They stole the kills from Slayer, but now Zenith Eternity is going to steal the win from them. Surely it comes through. 3 of their players still alive. Keep in mind, Father Ali could still play spoiler here. Slayer takes down 1. Jeff, last remaining player. Unbelievable situation to see. Here it comes. Father Ali. Last guy. Able to take down Slayer. 9-1 v2. There's no way Father Ali wins this. There's absolutely no way. It's going to go in favor of Fund and Low-Techs, and they take game number 6. And if we pull up this leaderboard, we're going to be able to see just how close this end game's going to be for game number 7. As because they won with way more kills than Four Kings, that gap is going to decrease by a large margin. Keep in mind, they stole 3 of Slayer's kills. So as we get into this final game and we pull up the scoreboard for game 7 and we check where everyone's situated, if it's within 3 points, Nerosa would have won them this game. 13 kills and a 3rd place finish is going to guarantee 4K 20 points, which is very good. That's a really good point total for this game. They either stole 3 or 4 of their kills. I think it was 3 onto Viper right there. So that was good from Nerosa and also the other player. I think Jeff got one of them as well. But as you look, 18 points in a win there for Zenith Eternity. That's going to give them 33 total points going into this final remaining game. So 33, that's 13, and they were only 20 ahead. They've got 7-point lead. Four Kings have a 7-point lead. It hasn't been this close in months between Four Kings and any other team. So a 7-point lead in the final game is all it's going to be. It's going to come down to literally the final game. And it's not a same region. We've got Four Kings from Philippines, number 1 right now. Zenith Eternity's number 2 from Europe. Goats were number 3 from Latin America, along with Viper Esports in number 4. And then we've got Middle East in here at number 5. This leaderboard is cross-regional. It's the most cross-regional leaderboard we've ever had. We're, of course, cutting up the scores here and now. If we look at the team that finished in 2nd, good job to Father Ali, man. Good job to Father Ali. Trigger discipline. Getting that 2nd place finish. Unbelievable. 14 points, 2nd place, 24 points. These guys might even finish in the top 10. They might actually do it. Like one of the first African teams ever to finish in the top 10. Either way, you can go down the list even further. Viper, also good game from them as well. 17 kills in a 5th place. They're going to stay up on the tippity top of the leaderboard too. They might actually catch up to Goats. The only bad performance I think here that I can see from is the fact that Abol Boz and the Middle Eastern team finished in 7th, but they got so many kills. 18 kills. Oh my god, you cannot call that a bad performance. You definitely cannot call that bad performance. Where's Poison Ivy? 12th place? Oh, that's not good for placement. But 14 kills? Bro, it really feels like there are the best teams from every region showing up and showing out on the main stage right now. All of these teams are doing absolutely phenomenal for their region. We've never seen this before where so many different cross-continent teams are doing phenomenal. Unbelievable. All right, we go further down the list. You can see where everyone else ended up after game number 6. Remember, we have one more game here, ladies and gentlemen. One more game, the 7th and final game, chat. It all comes down to this. Can 4 Kings hold on to it to go back to back to back? Or will Slayer and Lotex once again grief the Filipinos? I mean, Slayer is turning into somewhat of a villain, whether he likes it or not. First, he goes into the African tournaments, plays in those, dominates. Then he goes and plays in the Latin American tournaments. Obviously, they're nothing compared to ours, but he still plays in them. Dominates, cooks, wins. I'm not saying he wins all of them. Don't get me wrong. He definitely doesn't win all of them because he loses here and there. Nobody's perfect. You know, Ronaldo doesn't score every time he takes a shot. He just takes a lot of shots. Either way, it might be time for Slayer yet again to grief the top team of the region for that number 1 spot. Like I said, I think there's only going to be 7 or so teams, or 7 or so points in this. It's going to be between Zenith and 4 Kings. Either way, I'm going to go ahead and update the scoreboard for you guys so that you can see exactly how many points are in it for every single team in the top Tiddly 10. TikTok, you got the update first. And don't worry, YouTube, I'm in here just behind you. Remember, we do have the main broadcast on the YouTube horizontal stream, so if you want to watch it horizontally without seeing TikTok chat, make sure to go over there for this final game. I know a lot of you guys love to watch in the horizontal format, but looking at that leaderboard, chat, I mean, my God, there really only is 7 points in it. Viper Esport, I mean, they did so well today, but 4 Kings and Zenith Eternity really aren't making any mistakes. Zenith Eternity's worst game was their first game. If they didn't have a bad first game and 4 Kings won that game, they would be in the lead. But, like I said before, Nerosa and 4K stealing those kills at the end of that game. If we subtract those 3 points from 4 Kings, they would be on 129. And then add those 3 points to Zenith Eternity, they'd be on 128. There would be 1 point in this if Slayer could have confirmed those kills that he knocked. But the third party came in, the kills were confirmed by 4K, and they've expanded the lead to 7 points. This is it. This is the last game. I don't know what way it's gonna go. Listen, I will fully accept responsibility and say sorry to 4 Kings if they win this tournament without Snowboard. I didn't think they could do it. But I swear to God, if they win it, they have to be the best team ever.
No.
They actually have to be. But if Zenith Eternity win it, I mean, IMS, no Snowboard, they might be the best strategical thinkers in COD Mobile Battle Royale. Because they're playing this perfectly. Landing in. Let's see where 4 Kings main go down. Looks like they're going on over to Outpost. Is there anyone beside them? Oh, shit. That's not good for Nerosa. He does not want to be there. Are they going to go straight for Ski Town? That's the question. Looks likely they're going to let that player stay alive over there. They don't want to take that fight. Nerosa, that was an interesting landing spot. He's out by himself. They get free reign on that drop spot for now. They're good to go. Slayer is in a little bit of a mix here. That's not going to be good. Looks like they're spread amongst Sakura. There's a couple of teams above them. That's going to be also other EU teams, also teams from Europe. No team going Ecology Lab at the bottom, middle of the map. Then you've got a team over by Crash Site. That's going to be Goats. Goats are still in the fray. Remember, they're at the 4th spot. We've got a Filipino team number 1, European team number 2, 2 Latam teams for 3 and 4, and then Middle Eastern team for 5. Ivy is just below them at 6. So the top 6 teams all doing really well today. Let's hop on board and we'll see where people are fighting. I can see Viper are already in the fights here. Remember, they always land black market, so we'll have to see which team have actually landed with them. Don't see anyone left. They might have already eradicated them. They did. Not sure which team just died from them, but they died really early on in the game. So see you later, alligator. As far as I'm concerned, as long as 4 Kings Main and Zenith Eternity are alive, that's all I care about today. For Game 7, because both of these teams are right beside each other in points. Obviously, if 4 Kings Main died early, and Viper went on a tear and won a game, they could still win. But the likelihood of that happening, I mean, there's a higher likelihood of my skin coming back to the game than that happening. So I'd say it's pretty unlikely. Either way, we'll hop on board to Zenith Eternity. 2 teams already eliminated from game number 7. This is the 7th and final game here, ladies and gentlemen. We're running over time a little bit this time around, chat, as we did have to do a little rematch earlier for game number 3, if you're wondering why we've been streaming for so long. Longer than usual. Remember, I do have the horizontal stream on YouTube. If you want to watch on YouTube for better quality, you're more than welcome to do so. None of these teams are opting to take an early game fight. It seems like they know everything's on the line here. That's a bad fight to go for from 4 Kings Main. If they go to dormitory, luckily they're going for outpost here instead, which is definitely the better fight. As for now, we'll have to hop on board to see what kind of teams are fighting. As Zenith Eternity and 4 Kings Main are both not going for any kind of fights. Flash has already been eliminated here. Interesting. This is a third-party situation for MJ to jump into. Gets the teammate's tag back into the action, and he's going to rotate out of there. They've already got 3 eliminations on this. Not too bad.
Your teammate will return to the battle.
A lot of 4K love in the TikTok chat right now. You're more than welcome to spam your country's flag or your team's name in any of the chats. I don't mind. Looks like they're not going to take this fight. Interesting. They're going to wait. We'll hop on board with the Middle Easterns then. Where's Wexor on this list? I want to see what he's up to. He's part of the team that is in and amongst that other roster. Insomnia OG's trying to get out of this place, but I mean, Wexor's probably going to hunt him down here nice and easily. Oh, he's spotted Yawn as well. No, he hasn't. He didn't see him. Oh my god. Wow. These guys are from 2 opposite teams. Now he spotted him. Wexor coming in for the third party. Should be a free kill here. This is the shot. Oh dear. Wexor. There we go. Finally gets it. And another one. Love to see it from Wexor. The main man from Persia. Oh, hold on. Hold that thought. Tom has been knocked. This is not a good spot for them to be in. Shots go down. Oh my god. Gur's been killed. Tom gets a self-revive off here, but 4 Kings Main in a very tough situation here towards the end of this tournament. Oh, dearie me. Tom trying to make something happen here. He might be able to do so. Ooh, rewind comes through. And they stay alive. 4 Kings are in it with 2 of their players still up. Managed to clutch it against the #1 qualifying team, Extreme 6-7. Big time clutch coming through there from Tom. He was first to get knocked. Of course, Jeff helping there as well to clean out those boys from Extreme 6-7. 4 Kings Main now extending their lead to 11 points from the 7 points they had moments ago. Oh dear. Oh dear! 4 Kings, this is not good either. Oh my god, a third party as well. Oh Jesus. Tom able to take down Ken, but my god, there's players everywhere. A bull balls gets taken down as well. This is not looking too good here. Neroz has been full killed. Tom has been knocked. Jeff and Gil last alive. We've seen a duo clutch it earlier. Oh, the third party's coming in as well. The third party's here already. It's Miranda. Jeff clutches it on the main stage. Everything on the line, ladies and gentlemen. And 4 Kings are finding a way to stay alive. They were in a fight. Then they got third party. The third party jumped on them. Then they got fourth partied. Luckily, they're staying alive. Flex is still up as well from the team that came at them just moments ago. Don't let that distract you from the fact that there's another team. There's another team in this area. Why are they all in outpost? It's like the entire lobby is jumping on 4 Kings to make sure they don't go back to back to back at this point. GNR is spotted go from across the map. This is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. Looking on to Flex here. This team is 5th on the leaderboard right now. 4 Litras. Lex is going to go down. I think he got a teammate back into the action. GNR is pushed right up towards the side of Four Kings. Jeff, Tom, and Gus still alive. Narosa should be coming back in his revive flight in just a moment here. Gus opted to go for a third-party peeking position. SMRS across the map, applying some pressure towards the team that is in front of them. We'll hop on board with Tom here. Rotating back, trying to get better angle. Jeff is even further rotated back, but GNR swarming them from the side. What the hell is going on here? I've said the entire tournament somebody needs to kill the 4K off spawn, but I didn't expect everyone to wait until game 7 to all land on them at the same time. SMRS about to be used here. Oh, defender gets plopped down, but not going to do anything about it. Tom rotating around. Oh my god, they take another casualty. Four Kings, literally they're back against the wall. The entire lobby is on their asses right now, and God knows what needs to be done. He needs to get out of there ASAP. Narosa, last remaining player, still around the outpost position, but Four Kings absolutely dissolving in game number 7. It felt like the entire world has dropped on them and has decided their time at number 1 is up. Guh gets away. There is a player right in front of him. Oh dear God, what are the chances of this? I think he's gonna kill him though. I think he's gonna kill West. Oh my God, great clutch on the main stage. 7 kills. This is actually turning out to help them. They already have 7 eliminations on the board. Not looking too good. I know some people are trying to say stream snipe, but everyone knows where Four Kings has been going this tournament. They always go Ski Town to Outpost, and I mean, they went there again. Like, we're used to seeing it every tournament, so it's quite predictable. None of the tags have been taken here for Four Kings. They only have 2 of their remaining players. Now let's hop on board to Zenith Eternity, as they might get into a little bit of a battle here as well. Necro able to take down Goat Magic. This is a big engagement here, ladies and gentlemen. We're not sure. Oh my God. Lotex and Necro. Unfortunately, their kill gets stolen again. So many kills have been stolen from Zenith Eternity this tournament. It's actually been kind of sad with their snipers. They spotted the other elite players, but they're not able to land any shots onto that car to get a knock. Slayer's further down, trying to kill Wexor, probably calling out to his teammates exactly where he is, but not able to land any of the shots onto the player here. These guys are all from the Middle East, being Persian. That nade almost landed and killed him, but unfortunately Wexor dodged it. Nice shot from the Annihilator. Needs to land one more. Not going to do it though. Are his teammates looking the same way? They are, but they don't have an angle to make it work.
The safe zone is
Players team struggling just like Kings. We'll hop back on board to Kings. They were able to get back all 4 of their players in the revive flight. Can't believe what I watched here in the early game. Are we into the mid game yet? Yep, we have just entered the mid game now. 4 Kings have already have 7 eliminations. This is the most amount of eliminations that they've had at the start of any of their games today. Those 7 eliminations are going to bring them up to a 14-point lead. However, Slayer's team also have some. They've got 3. That'll bring it down to an 11. They are currently working with an 11-point lead here, ladies and gentlemen. An 11-point lead. As they're trying to rotate around the map, they're going to stay alive for as long as they possibly can. There is a team looking to push them. Oh, it's going to be OG. This is a team that came through the qualifiers. This should be an easy kill on Narosa. He's by himself here. If they jump out of that helicopter, that's going to be wraps. Looks like they're not going to jump out just yet, and they're going to keep shooting at him from above. This should be a free kill.
Engaging the enemy.
In a sudden turn of events, GNR has just given Four Kings 3 more points. They blew up the helicopter, and Four Kings took every single one of their kills. That's an absolutely huge kill right here. The third party's going to come in. Jeff also potentially going to get knocked here. GNR looking needs to make something happen. Rotating around the side is PJ. We're not used to seeing this player much in these competitions. Bang. Able to take down 1 on the full kill. Narosa's fallen. Down a 3v4 situation. Four Kings already have so many kills this game. But if they die now, they may not finish number 1. GNR rotating back again. PJ trying to make something happen, but unable to do so outside of the Narosa knock. They saved them just moments ago, and now they're trying to fight them. Only 3 players remaining, but it looks like one will come back through the revive flight for sure. I would assume Neroz is back there. He is. 11 kills. Oh, it seems like the griefing is not going the way
Airdrop has been delivered.
of any other team. As 4Kings always somehow finding a way to stay alive. The biggest thing they need to worry about now is all getting in the same car. As if they all get in the same car, they could get instantly blown up. They definitely want to split up here in terms of what car they're using, and that's exactly what they do. Maybe 4Kings Joker and 4Kings Overload could learn from this and not all take the same car. I want to go and check out where GNR is. They've got 9 eliminations as well. They're also on a really good tear here, but I mean, it doesn't really matter because the only thing that matters right now is Slayer's team and 4Kings. Ninja's been spotted outside his zone, and that's going to be another kill coming on the way of 4Kings. There's 0 possibility that Ninja gets out of this alive. This guy's going to rotate right down into him. That's going to be a freebie.
Enemy eliminated.
Lovely jubbly from him and his Ninja. Good to see. Looks like GNR are fighting a different roster this time around instead of the 4Kings boys. They've already lost a player here, but they did do quite well there as well. I feel bad for Slayer's team. A lot of teams jumped on 4Kings, and 4Kings stayed alive, getting a bunch of kills early game. There's only 14 teams left alive, so Slayer's team are going to need to do a big push and get first place to secure this win, unless they can simply take 4Kings out before they start getting placement points. Because if 4Kings start getting placement points, that's going to be all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen. Oh dear. 4Kings have spotted Zenith Eternity. It looks like they might go for this. They're not going to take the fight just yet. Players' team don't know who that is. Little do they know. The team that's going to stop them from winning this tournament are driving around them in these cars. If they knew that, they'd probably rush them. Players' roster really struggling to find anyone this time around. I mean, this is usually what we expect from them. It just so happens that everyone rushed onto 4Kings and ended up giving them a bunch of kills. The zone is getting smaller now. We are definitely headed towards the late game. There's very few teams left alive. 4Kings now opting to take a very low ground position, interestingly enough. Ooh, the goats are in a fight, and it looks like 4Kings might come from the side here. They spotted a couple of players. SMRS surely might be able to be used to kill Chamo. Not going to shoot it just yet. Oh, Wagner's in there to the left as well. This third party could be generational. SMRS goes down, not going to land it. Wagner lands one instead. Good, trying to get out of this position entirely. Let's see where Tom is in this situation. He's further back. We've also got Jeff. He's over onto the right-hand side, able to take down one onto Panchito. These guys are now up to 13 eliminations. All 4 of them are left alive as well. Oh my god, I really don't see how 4Kings lose this. Jeepers creepers, ladies and gentlemen, every single team fighting them, and they're now up to 17 kills. Zenith Eternity need to put some sort of witchcraft on this team to kill them, because what is this? In between multiple different rosters and still staying alive here. 17 kills in game number 7. The final game. Slayer's team, of course, getting kills as well. That's them up to 8. So they're not too far behind. But they'll need to win this game. And they need 4Kings to die. Dare I say, they need to be the ones to do it. They need to be the ones to take 4Kings down. Because if they don't, they are subjected to an eternity of second place finishes. NSG still alive in here. This is a fan favorite team from the qualifiers. They don't really do anything in the finals though. Poison Ivy still up as well, and they're fighting a different 4K roster. Eduardo has been finished off. 4Kings main deciding, do they want to take a fight here? Ooh, that's goats over there on top of that cliff face. Do they have zone rotation? They don't, so they need to make it into the zone. The Tempest could be used across the map here to make some damage be done.
The safe zone is collapsing.
Not able to land the SMRS shot. Lots of shots going down though. They need to kill Four Kings. Like, it's an absolute must to take Four Kings down right now, or there's no way Zenith Eternity make this comeback. Four Kings now making their way into zone. They have the best position in zone 2. This is not looking good. Four Kings staying alive. All 4 players remaining on the team. All 4 of them have kills, so they're going to be feeling confident. Tempest across the map, not able to land it. Tom using the car to get info and stay alive. Fund getting a kill on the goats. Oh dear. Let's hop on board with them and see what's going on the side of Low-Tech's. Oh, that might be all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen. That might be all she wrote. Slayer's just been knocked via a nade. Low-Tech's is trying to provide some sort of pressure here onto Viper. But I don't think that's going to be enough. They may stay alive outside of this fight, but my god, are they in a bad position. Only 3 players remain. Fund has been fully eliminated. Hackers being used here from Low-Tech's. Slayer, able to self-revive, must have the medic plate carrier. He does. Guh. Tom, Jeff, and Nerosa all still alive. Slayer able to take down Imzone from the side. The kill might come through here. Tokyo has been spotted from Guh. Tempest in hand. I don't think they're going to be able to do it. I think Four Kings might go back to back to back. Ladies and gentlemen, they would need to kill the whole lobby if they wanted to win this. Being Slayer's team, they need to finish first and wipe the rest of the game. But 20 kills from Four Kings is going to be a tough sell. Gonna be a tough sell indeed. Four Kings knows there's a team on that cliff. They've spotted Tokyo, take him down. Four Kings to win it all. All 4 alive. They're the only team with 4 up. They know goats are on that cliff. Zone's about to collapse in on itself. They've already won many games today, but what could be one more win onto their total? The fight's coming through. The number 1 and number 2 team could fight here over towards the left side of Tom. They have been spotted on the rotation. There they are. Slayer's trying to make a push for it. Not going to happen, though. They're going to get third party from the side. I believe Goats have spotted them coming down through the hill. And now 4K again with the best spot in zone. Necro gets shot from the side. Tempest is going down. Guz able to steal the kill onto Necro. And I think, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time ever, we have a triple back-to-back-to-back champion within the same month, as Four King win Game 7 with 26 kills. Oh my god. I said they had to land on them if they wanted to take them out. They waited until Game 7, and then everyone landed on the Four Kings at the exact same time. It didn't matter. They killed them all. Annihilated. Decimated. Dominated the competition in Game 7. And they come through with their best performance of the day? Hey, man. I gotta say when I'm wrong, and I was wrong. I didn't think they could win without the snowboard. I really didn't. I really thought that there was no possible way that the Four Kings could win without the snowboard. But here we are, man. I suppose at the end of the day, it's all about bowing down to the Four Kings. It really is. What a phenomenal tournament, and what a fantastic last match. Don't get me wrong. Zenith Eternity had a great final game too. They really played that as well as they could, but 26 kills in a win? What are you going to do with that? What are we going to do with that, chat? I mean, they just did so damn well. What a tournament. If you're watching any of the watch parties or you haven't checked out any of the players yet, make sure to go give them a follow and a subscribe. Thank you to Activision for sponsoring the $10,000, of course. If you've never seen me before, follow and subscribe to me too. Hey, don't leave me out of the follow and subscribes. Just leave me out of the donations and the gifts. You can give that to the players actually competing on the main stage. But we're going to get the scores tallied up. Don't worry. We'll get the scores tallied up and we'll show you the scores. Not that it matters, because 4 Kings won. They definitely won again. Like, I mean, come on, guys. At the end of the day, it's night. And just like at the end of the day, it's night. At the end of the day, 4 Kings just keep winning. Regardless of Snowboard being in the rotation or not. I can't believe it. I actually can't believe they won again. Somebody needs to stop these guys. Activation! If it's not going to be me, it's going to be you. Come on, man. Like, the internet off or something. Like, disconnect them or something. Like, what is, like, bro, what at the end of... Come on, it's about damn time they stopped winning, man. Like, what? 2026 has been the year of 4 Kings. What is this? What is this? Unbelievable performance from the Kings, bro. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is just absolutely ridiculous. Let me see. Did Guh get a lot of... Well, I think also, you know, we know that 4 Kings won, and with Guh's 10 kills at the end of there, we know that Guh is definitely the MVP. Absolutely is the MVP of the tournament. I'll make sure to put that on my TikTok story after today's stream. Don't you worry. But my god, I did not expect that whatsoever. I did not expect that whatsoever. Unbelievable. They just did so well throughout the entire day. I don't think they had a single bad game. And I think the only bad game Zenith had was game number 1. Like, Zenith played today almost perfect. Almost. But the problem is, when you're going against 4 Kings, they play perfect. So if you make a single mistake, you're done. And that further reiterates my point. Forget about my prime. Forget about anybody's prime in 2022. Forget about 23, 2024, 2025. Because the players in 2026 are the best COD Mobile players of all time. And what you just witnessed was a masterclass at mechanical gun skill and movement, strategy, and chemistry. It's no matter... screwed it up. But hey, no matter what 4 Kings faced, they came out on top at the end of the day. Congratulations, man. Congratulations to the Kings. I had the boy and everything because, I mean, I really didn't think they had it in them. I really did not think that they were going to win that. I just didn't. I don't know why. I just thought that they were relying on snowboards too much. And here we are. I got to eat my own words, man. I'll admit when I'm wrong. I was terribly wrong. That's why I bowed as soon as they won. Because they won with an outstanding Game 7. The Game 7 was unbelievable. It was fucking insane. For lack of a better term, they destroyed the entire lobby. You know, everyone was coming for their ass. You know, I want a piece of that ass. Super Jeff, where you at? Huh? Tom Peeps? Where you at, bro? Guh! You just turned 18, so I'm gonna let you pass. But Narosa? Hey, man. I know Narosa's not gonna turn me down if I ask him for a Jollibee date. Isn't that right, chat? Hey, Narosa. I'm just kidding, chat. I got a fiance, and I'm also straight, so either way, they're cuties regardless. We're getting the overall leaderboard tallied up, but I mean, I think it's pretty obvious. 4 Kings are first. Zenith Eternity are probably second. I would say that the Goats finished third, but Viper got a bunch of kills there in the end of that game, so I'm actually not too sure on that. We'll have to wait until the scoreboard comes up to see where they finished. But yeah, phenomenal. Make sure to subscribe and follow. I mean, we've got another tournament next month. We got a tournament in August. Also, shout out 4 Kings. I think they're doing a LAN in August. Don't worry, we won't host our tournament at the same time. Don't worry about that. But, I mean, August is going to be an insane month of tournaments for COD Mobile. It really feels like every year it gets better and better and better in COD Mobile for Battle Royale. I remember back in 2024, there was no tournaments. That's why we decided to do the tournaments on Battle Royale. I guess best decision we've made really in the last, what, like 5 years? Either way, chat, I'm going to put the leaderboard up on your screen right now because it has just been sent my way, ladies and gentlemen. An absolutely dominant performance don't take it away from Zenith. I mean, they did so well also, but bro, at the end of the day, bro, you could not have played that any more perfect than what Four Kings did. They really went above and beyond to make sure every single one of their games were consistent. And as you can see there on both screens, we've got it up on the board for YouTube and TikTok. Four Kings finished the day with 173 points in first place. Zenith Eternity are behind them with 144 points on second place. Viper Esports actually took over Goats and got into 107 points in third place. Goats are fourth place with 103. And then our Middle Eastern / European mixed continent team actually finished in fifth by 1 point against Ivy, who were in sixth. What a phenomenal tournament, chat. We're going to go ahead and put the MVPs on my TikTok story after I end the stream once they are ready to do so. But again, man, I gotta say it. I can't believe Four Kings won without a snowboard. I actually can't believe it. Phenomenal. And I suppose it goes without saying, I don't even need to mention it, but Four Kings are definitely the best roster in Call of Duty Mobile's Battle Royale right now. And since it's all the best players, I suppose that makes it the best roster of all time? Damn. I know a lot of people like to say, this person won this tournament, this person won that tournament. Bro, those tournaments were like 5 years ago. I won the Worlds 5 years ago, okay? And I know me right now, I'm not going against Four Kings with a team of me's, you know? Obviously, I don't play as much anymore. But bro, these tournaments from the past, at this point, before 2026, they don't even matter. The 2026 level of competition is godly. And it just seems like Four Kings are at the top. With that being said, make sure to live your life of purpose. Do something that will help you mentally, physically, or financially with the rest of your day. I love you all. Hope you have a great weekend. You may see me sometime soon, or you may not. If I don't see you before the rest of the weekend, have a great one. If I don't see you before the end of the month, have a great rest of your month. But I know I'll see you for the next Battle Royale League tournament in August. All right, chat. It's been phenomenal. It's been a pleasure. Love you all. See you in the next live stream. Can't believe they won again. Who's going to stop them? All right, gamers. See you later. Alligator. Who's the MVP? It's Guh. Guh's definitely the MVP. But I will put it on my TikTok story. See you later, chat. Bye. Love you all. Another banger tournament. My scrumptiouses. My Pokemon.